test. My audio has been fucked. So I had to turn down the volume a little bit on my microphone. So let's hope that this isn't too quiet. Let's see. I'm gonna keep that at around like -5, and I'll keep this one on 0. Test. We'll go up a little bit on here too. Test. Test. There we go. Test. Is that a good volume for you guys? Test. Dude, something is all fucked up with my microphone settings because it like randomly gets really loud sometimes, and I feel like it might be like my bad compressor settings or something. Test. Maybe I have to have more output gain on the compressor. Test.
I don't understand why it clips so much.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, I was editing yesterday's stream, and it was clipping like a shit ton. Like, it was a good volume, but it was clipping like a ton, and I don't understand why. It's so frustrating because I have like good equipment. I haven't been able to get it like properly set up so far. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's better to err on the side of too quiet rather than too loud, because then at least when I'm editing the clips, I can turn the volume up. Let's see what the volume's on right now. Okay, we got 13 decibel gain. Yeah, see, like it was so much louder when I said the word decibel than it was when I was talking at the beginning of that sentence. Like, it gets so quiet sometimes, and then it gets so loud randomly. I don't get it. All right, well, welcome. We are juicing. What's up, guys? Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for Erica's Corner Part 2?
Yeah.
And a little special segment that I've prepared for you guys about our dear friend, our beloved icon, Frogan. Our beautiful Arab queen. Let's take a look.
Princess of the Nile.
Who is Frogan? Well, first, I think we could use this quote. This is a quote from, I don't know what this is from. The son of Adam does not fill any vessel worse than his stomach. It is enough for the son of Adam to eat a few mouthfuls to straighten his back. But if he must fill his stomach, then 1/3 for his food, 1/3 for his drink, and 1/3 for his breath. Okay, that's just our inspirational, motivational quote for today.
Oh my god.
So here's Frogan. Wait, I might have gotten that mixed up. Hold on. Oh, there's Frogan. Okay. This is Frogan. Frogan.
It's actually insane how much she looks like Foodie Beauty.
Yeah, she does really look like Foodie Beauty. She is our queen. Our queen. She is Hassan's moderator, and she is also a political streamer on her own. She is somehow much more radical, especially on Palestine, than Hassan is. That's the same picture. Dude, I know, right? Erica brought that up. She was like, she looks like Foodie Beauty with a hijab, and I was like, oh my god.
They have the same eyebrows and everything.
Yeah. So just remember, guys, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Okay, just remember for reference. Okay, so enough of that. So why has Frogan's name been coming up lately? Well, Frogan has been having some very unhinged takes on Palestine that have been going viral. And recently, she was criticized by H3, which has resulted in a lot of people talking about her on Twitter, which is pretty funny. Everyone is just shitting on her. Like, everyone is working together to shit on Frogan.
I forgot. Did you already say that she's... Are you going to get into her connection to Hassan and stuff like that?
Yeah, I said that at the beginning.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, she's Hassan's moderator. She's also like one of those streamers. I don't know if she's like a Hassan waiting room streamer, but she's like she always streams like around Hassan's schedule. You know what I mean? Like she's concerned that if Hassan streams while she's streaming, she'll lose viewers or whatever. So, you know, based on her appearance, you know, you might think she's fully Arab. But actually, she's only half Lebanese and half white.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah. So her name is Morgan. And on this stream, she called her mom asking where her name came from. And this is what her mom revealed to her.
It's in my chat. So somebody comes into my chat and they said, "How are you Muslim and your name is Morgan?"
Well, there you go. Because me and your dad were in a fight at the time that I was delivering you, so I wanted to give you the whitest name that I could find because it would make him the most mad.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes.
What?
So her mom said, well, I named you Morgan because I wanted to name you the whitest name possible because I wanted to piss off your dad while I was in the delivery room.
And she always talks about being a POC and stuff like that, so that's gotta kind of hurt.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to name you the whitest name possible.
I feel like that's pretty telling. I don't know. That might just be me. But I feel like that's pretty telling if like her mom named her something out of spite for like her husband, I guess, or whatever. That is so weird. Like, can you imagine being like, I don't know, dude. Like, imagine if you had like a black wife and you like you specifically named your son something to like avoid giving him like a black sounding name or some shit.
Yeah. I just don't understand why people hate their partners.
Yeah, like that's crazy. This is the father of your child. Like you're really gonna like just name her like without him there, without his input.
It's not even just like a funny prank or something. This is like your child's name, you know?
Yeah,
this isn't like
literally
some temporary little haha, got you.
Yeah,
it's a serious like thing.
Yeah, and I would love to go into I would love to speculate, you know, on the psychology behind her family dynamics, but I think the results at least are very apparent in her personality and her content and the way that she conducts herself online. Yeah, we did make it. We're making it out the hood. My mixtape drops tomorrow.
Yeah, buy that merch.
Buy that merch. Hell yeah. I thought we could also start off with a fun little Frogan clip.
A quick way down. Why don't you go take a trip to Home Depot and buy some rope?
Whoa!
Put a 1 in the chat if you fucked once.
Dude, look, she thought she ate with that. Look at her. Look at her face.
She's so full of herself, dude. You could just the facial expressions and everything. She like thinks she's the shit. I don't know the context to what this person was saying.
A quick way down. Why don't you go take a trip to Home Depot and buy some rope?
Put a 1 in the chat.
How did she get away with saying that on Twitch? Wait, we gotta look that up on Livestream Fail. Frogan tells chatter to kill themselves. Let's see. Roundest head on Twitch is the top comment. Guys, I disavow that. I disavow. No, she does have a very round head.
I honestly think she's pretty. I'm not gonna lie. Like, not too bad. She does wear like those lashes are too long though, for sure.
Yeah. What is the context to this? I want to know. Oh yeah, this is another funny clip we'll go over too. In fact, let's go over this right now. Frogan Mizkif. Let's see. This was pretty funny. So Mizkif made this joke when he was looking at the streamer awards, and it was a self-deprecating joke. He was talking about himself, and Frogan somehow made it about herself.
Nobody hates me after these nominations that I make.
It's a good volume for you guys. I can think of so many insults that would get me banned. I don't even think you would get banned unless you were being like really like, I don't know.
Well, if you're
Like
if you're a big streamer, you would.
Yeah, and if you were targeting someone for like their like immutable characteristics and like bullying them based off of that, then if they found it and mass reported you, then you could get banned. But you can pretty much make fun of people's appearance and stuff, and like no one's gonna care.
In Twitch, can you do that though?
No, definitely not on Twitch. On Twitch, people will just like cry to the Twitch staff.
Yeah.
Okay, he said the streamers featured weren't fit for the category. Weren't actually fit for the category. Okay, this category is called the Rising Star Award, which Frogan had been in for 2 years in a row.
Oh yeah.
She had been eligible
Yeah.
to get this award. She had been nominated 2 years in a row. And Ms. Kiff was like, "Oh, they should make a Falling Star category."
Oh.
But he wasn't talking about her.
That's funny though.
Rising star, an up-and-coming streamer that has grown tremendously over the past year and is on a path to becoming a top streamer. Note that to be eligible, the streamer must have less than 1,000 viewers concurrent. I think that this award's stupid. In today's climate, when you're a rising star, you can average over 1,000 viewers pretty quickly. I really don't think that there should be a cap on 1,000 viewers. Round though. Right? Keo, I don't know. Prince, Zomalive, and Frogan. Frogan was there last year. How are you a rising star twice? A falling star award? Bro, that'd be so funny. I would clear. Worst streamer of
I
the
would
year.
clear. He's talking about himself.
Bro,
Or if you even want to be like a little charitable to Frogan, you could say this chatter said that about her, but he changed it.
Yeah.
He changed the joke and made it about
He
himself.
didn't make it about her at all.
No, he wasn't shitting on her by any means, and it wouldn't even
But-
make sense for him to do that in this
But
situation.
honestly, the category is kind of bullshit. They should change it to be like you have to. I don't know, like you have to have gotten your big break in the last year
Yeah.
or something like that.
I would just go with every trophy. Holy shit. I know a Lux. I'm just going to vote a Lux.
Oh.
A falling star award? Bro, that'd be so funny. I would clear.
Watch this. She goes full screen. She goes full screen so you can see how sad, how upset she
The
is.
full screen cry.
Honestly, okay, it makes me really upset. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
I don't want to cry, but it really does make me really upset.
I don't want to cry, but that's why I made it full screen so you guys can all see me cry.
Oh no.
Oh, boo-hoo. No. Oh, send me hearts. Send me hearts, chat. Send me support. I need support.
Listen,
Her chat is like, fuck him. I'm pissed. I'm gonna kill him.
Watching that clip back, it was Miskiff's clip was even better than I remember it being.
Yeah.
He was really. They were just saying, what if there was a Falling Star award? They weren't even talking about Frogan.
He wasn't shitting on her at all.
But it wasn't even directed at Frogan. It was just about, like, it would be funny if they had that category.
Right. Right.
That's crazy.
Maybe the part that she's mad at is like, oh, how do you get on that list twice or whatever? How are you nominated for that 2 years in a row?
I mean, kind of true.
But it's kind of true, and it's kind of funny. Like, and it would be an easy opportunity for her to just make, sort of self-deprecating joke or lean into it. Like, yeah, I've been pretty lazy.
Or
or
like,
some
yeah,
shit.
I've been up and coming for years now.
My mom always tells me I'm an up-and-coming streamer. So afterwards, Miskiff went to her chat to clarify what he meant by that comment and that he didn't have any ill intent.
I saw the clip. The reason I said that I don't think you deserve the Rising Star Award is because I think that it should be based on that year. But yeah, I've grown a lot from this year. I meant to no ill with it. Okay, here's my thing.
She's still crying.
When you
about
say
it.
Yeah.
shit like that and the way you're saying it in front of your fucking audience of like 25,000 people, allowing them to
boo-hoo.
continue to make fun of me.
No, you talked about me. I'm a public figure. You talked about me.
I guarantee that she maybe got one hate comment from that clip of Miskiff. I guarantee that nobody
I don't
went.
think she got a single hate comment.
Yeah. Nobody went over to her channel and said, "You don't deserve streamer of the year." Like,
Yeah.
she's just like embarrassed. She just feels publicly humiliated, but she's not even getting any hate or anything for it. Like,
Yeah.
do you think that makes me feel?
Damage control. Good thing you're in full screen so that you can, you know, get Miskiff to feel as bad as possible.
Don't you have other sex offenders to go run cover for, you spineless worm?
Jesus. At this point, I would have, if I were Miskiff, at this point, I would have been like, never mind, fuck you, stupid whore. You suck, and I hope you fucking fall off. Wait, did I skip backwards on accident?
I've grown a lot from this year. I meant to know of like 25,000 people,
Yeah, you
allowing
went
them
way
to
back,
continue
though.
to make fun.
Yeah, that's good.
It's all fun and games. You're getting all the kick W's, Omega lols, Frogan fallen star.
It wasn't.
I didn't even know this was a fucking thing until somebody tweeted it to me.
So she wasn't getting any hate comments for it.
Yeah.
If she,
I mean, it just sucks because it's like, you know, it's not like it's like some small streamer shit talking me or whatever, or like somebody. Well, it was people in chat shit talking.
Thank God we have the past, guys. We have the past to shit on Frogan. Thank God
True.
we're small streamers. We can shit on her all we want. Frogan fucking sucks, dude.
Me. It's like somebody with a platform, a huge fucking platform, not only shitting on me, but making fun of me, and opening his chat up to do so.
But they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. What do you mean opening? He opened up the possibility that people might make fun of me one day.
what the hell? Honestly, I don't know how streamers are comfortable crying on stream.
Shut up, piece of shit. You're a loser.
Wow.
Jesus, Miskiff, just think, bro. What the fuck? POS, Miskiff. Miskiff, you're a joke. You don't care about anything but money. What kind of, like, fucking assumption is that?
Turn it down like a tiny bit.
This is your chance to apologize. Fuck you, piece of shit. Ain't nobody want you here, bro.
Your ass needs to go in the falling star category, Mr. SA Defender.
This-
That was the joke!
God, dude.
That was literally the punchline. Are you dumb?
Twitch chatters are like a bunch of little minions, and whatever the streamer says, those people all just instantly are tuned into the same frequency, copying their exact opinion. You see this with every fucking streamer. You see this with Hassan. You see this with XQC. You see this with like Trainwrecks. You see this with Asmongold. The streamer for these like people who watch Twitch all day, it's like a role model, and they are just, their minds are so malleable. They're just waiting to have someone tell them exactly what to do. And that's what this is. This is Frogan's viewers trying to become, you know, enraged on her behalf and become her little personal army, telling him how much of a piece of shit he is.
Also,
Like,
didn't he apologize in that message he sent, or am I misremembering that?
yeah, he apologized.
Miskiff doesn't deserve a chance to apologize. Apologize or get the fuck out. What are you talking about? He did apologize.
Yeah.
What?
And honestly, the point that he made in that apology message where he's like, yeah, I think you've grown a lot this year, but like you got the falling, or you got the Rising Star Award last year, so maybe you shouldn't be eligible to get it 2 years in a row because you should give new people a chance.
That's
like
true.
That's like not unfair at all to say. Are these streamer awards like handled by other streamers? Like, is this the Cutie Cinderella thing?
Maybe.
Because I wouldn't be surprised, because Cutie Cinderella and Ludwig and Hassan are like butt buddies, and they suck each other off all day long. And I wouldn't be surprised if Hassan just like tells them to nominate fucking this bitch every year. Anyways,
Yeah, the Rising Star category is actually like really poorly set up. Miskiff is totally right. Capping it at
What's up?
1,000 viewers means that you're actually not getting any actual rising star.
yeah,
The biggest, fastest rising stars can get like tens of thousands of live viewers.
for sure, yeah.
So you're just getting like these. Yeah, that category just doesn't make any sense.
So obviously Frogan is a very socially progressive person. She I think describes herself as a socialist, although I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure her politics are kind of similar to Hassan's, but she is more focused on like, I guess, Palestine stuff right now. But she did this whole panel at TwitchCon about being an Arab streamer.
YouTube.
We're not gonna
long
watch this whole
time no
thing.
see.
I was just gonna scrub through it and see if we can find anything funny, because like, I don't know. She's just like
So, today's
talking
video-
about with like 5 Arab streamers, like talking about like their experiences being Arab streamers. It's like what is this? Do they have a panel for every race at TwitchCon?
Well, I mean, TwitchCon, you know, at Comic-Con, there's tons of panels for animators, people who are talented, you know. But TwitchCon, it's like, I feel like you kind of run out of panels to do after a little while, you know what I mean?
How?
Because
You'll have like there's a ton of different types of gaming communities, not to mention all the other categories of content that they have on Twitch.
But most of Twitch is like America in the way where like 0.1% of the streamers have all of the viewers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I kind of understand it. I don't know.
But it doesn't need to be the most popular streamers in each, like, just because there's like a Minecraft speedrunning panel doesn't mean that it has to be the biggest Minecraft speedrun streamers. It'll just be like the people who are respected within that community, which isn't always, you know, like K4 was like a pretty low viewer streamer, but yet everyone like respects him a lot because he invented a lot of the strats.
That's true.
And stuff.
That's a good point.
So there's things like that in every community.
I don't fucking know, dude. You
But-
know how Twitch is.
Yeah, I just find these sort of like panels so weird because it's like, why not like make a panel focused on like the type of content that any of these given people make? Like, why are we segregating it? Why are we
Yes.
making like racial, you know, like racial group
Yeah,
panels?
it
It's
feels-
so weird.
It feels very pandery and sort of demeaning.
Yeah, it's like I honestly do not give a fuck that these people are Arab. Like I would rather hear them talk about like the type of streams that they like doing or like the type of content that they like making. I just feel like talking about your race is so fucking uninteresting.
Snowman, I thought they had like booths. Maybe not. I've never been to TwitchCon, obviously.
She only has 5,000 subs on YouTube. Wait, how many followers does she have on Twitch? She must 50K followers. Wow, that's a huge difference.
Wow.
That's a huge discrepancy. How often does she upload?
They should really stop treating them like Hollywood celebrities. It makes them seem less like a united community, which seems to be the point. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's dude, the promotional
You
materials.
like to try to open it before I
Fuck
unlock
is
it.
this?
You know,
Oh my god, it was her fucking stream.
Wow.
That gave me AIDS. The TwitchCon like promotional materials, they really do just highlight like Hassan and like those people and like put them on posters and stuff, which is like, I guess you can't really blame them for that because those are the people who are going to bring in the most attendees, obviously. I found it really funny. There's a clip of John Zerka going up to Hassan at TwitchCon San Diego, and he's like, "Yo, Hassan, Hassan," and Hassan is like ignoring him, and he just starts laughing. He just starts laughing like maniacally, and then Hassan is like, "Oh, yo, what's up, John?" And then he
my
walks
God.
away.
That's funny.
It's pretty funny.
Wait, so he knows who Hassan is? Or he
Dude,
knows
John
who John
Zerka
is?
is like famous.
I know he's famous, but you would think that Hassan would pretend not to.
Who it's a Hassan Piker. That's it. It's alright, man. Bro, this guy looks so. His mood was fucking spoiled. Just saying hi to an old friend. Sheesh. I feel like Alex Jones.
Dude, John Zerka, this was like the peak of John Zerka, in my opinion. I started watching him after he was hanging out with Destiny at this TwitchCon. And like after this whole like arc, he went on like his like red pill arc, which I just found really boring. Like he tried too hard to troll all the time
Yeah.
and just be like as outrageous as possible, which is kind of his thing. But it was like he was funnier back then when he was just being like a shithead in public
Yeah.
and stuff. Like he wasn't being like a
Well, and the way that everything has to be political is like, okay.
well, that's the thing,
I
but
get
like
it.
that's
I get
that
it.
was his thing. Like he was wearing a Trump hat the entire time walking around TwitchCon and stuff, saying like MAGA, MAGA to like the Twitch staff and stuff.
I know,
and
but
it's
now
so
I just
funny.
feel like you're right. He tries too hard and he turns everything back to like some weird ass like conspiracy or something that I'm just like
Well,
not
he always did
interested
that
in.
too. It's just the energy of everything changed. Like now it's like, oh, I'm gonna make jokes about myself being like a pedophile. It's like, okay,
Oh yeah,
that's like,
I
not
forgot
that funny.
about that. Dude,
Yeah,
that is not funny at all to me.
yeah. I don't know, but this whole saga of John Zerka at this TwitchCon was really awesome to watch. I'm glad I discovered him before that. So, anyways, yeah, let's see. Oh, there's also this video where she talks about XQC reacting to XQC's take on hijabi women. So I haven't seen this yet. We'll take a look at it.
Whoa, his hair looks so good
I
in
was
this
looking
video.
on the internet for something the other day, and I came across a video called "XQC reacts to does hijab oppress these Muslim women."
I wonder
middle
if
ground.
she grew up like actually like practicing Islam. Do you guys think she did? It sounds like it. I mean, I'm just assuming. I have no idea, but it just sounds like she grew up in like some random like Midwest state and she was pretty disconnected
I mean,
from.
you know, it depends. A lot
Yeah.
of times, a lot of Muslims are like their wife has to, or husband has to convert for them. They're way
Mhm.
more strict on it. They're like almost like Mormons in that way, where it's really important to them.
But that's obviously not the case with her, right? Like
I don't
because
know.
her mom literally named her without
Morgan.
consulting the father. I feel like that would
Yeah,
be
I
pretty
don't know.
that would be pretty sacrilegious and
Would it be? It's not
for a devout-
sacrilegious to like name yourself
well, it's like
something, though.
disrespecting her husband.
That's true.
Isn't that like
But I mean, you know, in America, people are a lot more forward.
her dad wasn't in her life? I don't know. I think I maybe I couldn't find like any information about her other than the fact that she talks about how she's half Arab, half Lebanese, half white.
You know what I just realized?
Hmm.
She's like the same situation as Anissa.
Yeah, she is
Anissa,
like
is Anissa Lebanese as well, or is she?
I forget,
let
but
me see.
she does remind me a lot of Anissa. Like
But same
Anissa
thing
Anissa
too.
will play the like Muslim card sometimes when like you know how she'll usually talk about like, oh yeah, I'm glad I'm like detached from like Islam because you know it's so like oppressive to women. But then when it's convenient for her to be like, well, my family's actually Muslim, for like brownie points, she'll do that. I don't know if Frogan is the same way, but
Episode. So I was like, I wonder what XQC
our
said
face
about
cam is in the
hijabi
way.
women.
Here.
So I figured I would react to this.
This is
on
37
stream.
minutes. What are you
I
even
haven't
saying
watched
this?
it yet, but we're gonna watch it now.
Hey, what up, YouTube? Thanks for coming out. This video is insane. I hope y'all stay until the end. There's a little bit of surprise at the end, but if you like it at the very end, make sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave a comment, see how it goes, you know? And make sure to hit the bell on the way out. You.
That's a really good intro.
Hi chat, my 20th
If
birthday
I'm
was 2
choosing to
days
dress the way I dress and that does not hurt anyone else, I don't think I'm gonna go to hell for it.
Oh my god, this is lagging so much. Okay, hold on. Bear with me.
It's already starting good. I'm excited.
Oh.
Okay,
shit.
this is fucked. Why is this so slow?
For one based. Okay. I do want to preface it. I met XQC before, and he was so
Oh,
fucking
here we
nice to
go.
me.
This is
okay, I met
probably
XQC in March at the streamer awards. He was so nice. I just want to preface that. So I don't know what I'm expecting from him, but I'm not expecting anything bad.
Woman, the hijab just pretty much stands for being modest with your appearance and letting people see you for who you are, your personality, and not just your looks.
When people think about hijab, they think of a piece of cloth. But to me, it's like my identity.
I just haven't worn it yet because I don't think I've found a connection with it.
Guys, just so you consider chat, you know? I'm sure there's one chat that watch and wear the hijab.
Okay, I gotta slow this down. I cannot
Yeah,
understand what he's
XQC
saying
at,
at
like,
all.
XQC at that speed is
It'd be
not.
nice them to
listenable.
be
He's talking about us. He's talking about me.
Wait,
Your
what?
opinion is you're nice them try to be considerate and wear the hijab.
He's saying
Be-
that
it'd be nice them
some
to be
people
considerate.
talking
out
about
there
us.
wear a hijab.
Talking about me.
Your opinion is your own, and
I'm
people
like
have
famous. Like I've talked to XQC before. He's like totally thinking of me right now.
their own, so try not to.
Probably almost a year ago, when I decided to take it off, I kind of escaped from the Muslim community a little bit.
Some of us, our upbringings, our mosques made us have difficult relationships with hijab. That's something that I had.
I do think that there are certain groups that wear the hijab that think that if you don't wear it, that you don't connect with Islam.
A lot of hijabis would pick on people who are not hijabis.
We got
and think that
reactception
we're
going
lesser
on
than
right now.
we're
We got
not.
I know.
XQC,
Look at
We're
this.
not praying 5 times a day like
Frogan,
no, we're doing that
I
to the
love
Jar
what's happening.
Jarju's team in the bottom
Because I want to be
right.
rude, Chip, what is that?
not judge
What the fuck are you
Edges.
saying, XQC?
so much.
Edges.
Baby hairs.
Okay, but from right off the bat, like he's reacting well to it, I think. But reacting to
think.
what the hijabis versus the non-hijabis say, there are like a group of people that judge girls that wear the hijab that are non-hijabis, and vice versa. Girls that judge hijabis that are non-hijabis, hijabis that judge non-hijabis. It's literally like war between both of them, and it's just like, for example, like
War?
if a hijabi girl were to take off
Just
her
like
scarf,
Israel Palestine,
the
am I right?
hijabis should talk them into oblivion. They make them feel alienated.
Which ones would be Palestine, the hijabis or the non-hijabis?
I don't stop.
What? I'm just asking, like, metaphorically, like, which one? What do you think?
Whereas,
Juicer.
like
Juice
if
mentioned.
Oh,
me as a
hell
hijabi
yeah.
does something bad, then
This
not
is the
hijabis
jar
will be like, oh, well,
juicer right
she's a
here.
hijabi. She's supposed to behave in an XYZ kind of way, but she's not doing that, and they hold people.
Dude, I
to a
love
standard
hijab.
that
I
is
actually
just,
love the
like-
way they look, but I feel like a lot of people don't wear cool hijabs anymore. Like in the early 2000s and even earlier than that, people wore really interesting different shapes of hijabs, and now they look sort of a lot more similar to Frogan's. And so many people just wear black. Like I wish more hijabis would buy like tons of different colors of hijabs and different patterns and stuff and like style them.
If we go to TwitchCon, we should all go wearing hijabs and get Frogan to sign our
Stop,
hijabs.
stop.
What? It'd be cool. It'd be like, we're a big fan.
Nah, doesn't make sense.
You inspired
in
me
my
to
opinion.
start wearing this for a fashion statement.
To me, in my opinion, do whatever the fuck you want.
Like the girl
Okay?
with the long
Do
hijab that's
whatever
coming
you
out
want.
right
You wanna
here.
wear it?
I like her
Congratulations.
hijab style a lot.
If you don't want to wear it, don't wear it. Who
Oh, like
cares?
a like a
if I don't ever want to wear it, I'm not gonna force myself to do so.
or burqa.
I wear it because I
Yeah,
want
this
to.
isn't that though.
If I
Yeah,
wanted
well
to
that's
take
what
it off, I would.
Snowman is saying.
Yeah, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that hoodie fit is really good.
This one?
My name is
This one right
Fatima.
in the front.
I am a student at UCLA studying anthropology
one,
and
yeah.
film.
I'm Sha'am.
cool.
I'm also a student at UCLA, but I'm studying international development.
My name is
I like this
Jenna,
hat.
and I also am a pre-med biology
That black
student,
hat that
and
that
I
one
work
girl's
in the
wearing.
medical field too.
I'm Sabah or Saba, depends on how you want to say it. I'm a senior in
I
high school.
love bucket hats with
I'm
hijabs. They
May,
actually look
and
so
I'm
cute
a business
together.
analyst for a healthcare company.
Bro, I don't even want to know chat at this point.
I'm Marwa or Marwa.
Yeah, no problem.
And I do a lot of.
Can I just say, I know this is not
I've
relative
seen
to the
like
video, but I
hijabis like
hate
style
when
their
POC
hijabs to like look like hair and stuff. Like,
whiteify
Is
their
that a
name.
thing? That sounds awful.
no,
I tell my
no,
friend
like
this all
it's
the
just
time.
like
I'm
it's
like,
a piece of fabric, but they
make them
tie it up to
pronounce it
like make it look
correctly.
different
Make
ways.
Oh.
It's really
them learn
interesting.
how to pronounce your
Really
name.
cool. You
So-
can
It's
do so
your
many cool
identity.
things with
It's you.
hijabs.
Her most popular
Don't try to
video
make it easier for them
is
because you don't want
this,
them to feel uncomfortable.
and then
and
it's
make yourself
Hassan stuff.
uncomfortable.
Hassan stuff. Oh, John Zerko is in the video.
You know?
What does that
Bro
mean?
hijab.
Like, I don't face it because my name is
Okay.
Morgan.
No, have better fits. Have better fits. I thought that
Oh,
said tits at
I
first.
thought that said tits too. Dude, I read it like 3 times and I thought it said tits. That is crazy.
It's like more tempting
Yeah.
that way, because you're like, ooh, anything could be there. You don't know. It's like a surprise.
Ooh,
It's
I'm
like
scared.
it's like when you want to order a mystery box. Like, ooh, what's in the box?
Yeah,
You know?
hijabis either dress like really cool or really shitty, in my opinion. There's no in between because it's a very limiting.
When we
It's a
read the
very
Quran,
limiting
we
thing,
get our
especially if
own
you're in full
interpretation
hijab.
of
Like,
it.
you can't
But
show your
it does say that in
your
there.
collar. You can't
To
show
only
your
show your hands,
arms.
face, and
You can't
feet.
show your
If
legs.
God
So
says
it's
then I
limiting, which
definitely
makes
think
it
that
fun, but
So are
also
selling feet pics
difficult.
halal?
Halal.
Just wondering, asking for a friend.
is better.
George, you
but I
slandered
don't
me.
think the
Dude, I don't know
behavior
why I
of
thought it said
acting like
tits
you're
so many
better
This
times.
guy's
than
racist.
someone,
This guy up
Ooh,
here.
look at his
This guy's
face.
racist.
Look at his face. I'm scared.
that I don't see
I'll
that's
fix
right.
the camel up. Uh-oh.
We're not gonna watch this whole thing, right?
No, yeah. This isn't as interesting as I thought it would be. I wanted her to like give her takes on like all these people, but it seems like she's just straight up reacting to this XQC video.
Yeah, exactly. That's why some of them dress cool and some of them don't.
should not be
So,
checking
man,
me
because
out.
like
I just want to say I've never gone to
for
a
people who
guy's
don't really care about
photo
fashion,
and
it
looked
makes
at the
you look
comments.
kind of
No one's calling him a
frumpy, but
whore.
sort of just not put together because it's a limiting thing. Whereas when you're really fashionable, it like makes everything look so cool because it's really unique and like a unique silhouette.
Let's watch this. 90% of the world hates women. Global gender bias exposed. Let's see.
So this next
I wonder.
section
I wonder what sort of countries hate women so much.
is about the global chronic gender
What?
bias, which I thought was
That's true.
really, really interesting.
I think it's kind
Wayfinder
of loud.
XCII, thank you for the sub. So yesterday, literally yesterday, the United Nations released a report discussing gender bias at a global scale.
Don't show the stats.
So
Don't
basically,
show-
in order to achieve gender equity, we must address biased gender social norms. And these norms
This
undervalue
is the
women's
best video I've ever watched.
capabilities and rights, limiting their choices and opportunities. They also
speed up?
regulate the behaviors and set expectations for what women should and shouldn't do. And these biased gender norms are a significant obstacle in empowering women and girls in achieving gender equity worldwide. So in order to evaluate the gender biases globally, there's something called the Gender Social Norms Index, which from now on it's going to be called GSNI, which quantifies biases against women, capturing people's attitudes on women's roles along four
I'm so
dimensions,
educated
including
right
political,
now.
educational, economic, and physical integrity. And this index covers 85% of the global population, which is insane.
This is just the best content ever.
Biases. So whenever we delve into this stat, the study found that 28% of people believe that universities is more important for men than women. So I guess this is one of the only sections
What
where
is this? Is
the
this like
majority
something
don't
that,
believe
that
that.
she
Did she make
downloaded
it,
off the
or
internet, or
believe-
did someone
so
make
they
this
believe
for
that,
her?
Or
so
did
only
she
28%
make
of people
it?
believe that
Yeah,
school
maybe.
is more important for men than women. Next is the economic dimension. 60% of people reported having biases. So when looking more into this,
Is this like a school
dimension,
project?
the study found that 46% of people believe that men should have more right to
people
vote than
admitted
women,
to having
and 43% of
biases.
people believe
That's
that men
so funny.
make better business executives
Yeah,
than
I'm
women do.
racist. I'm
This next one's
I'm
gonna blow your fucking mind.
sexist. That's crazy.
The physical integrity dimension, 75% of people reported having biases. And when looking into the actual data set of this dimension, 25% of people believe it is justifiable for a man to beat his wife, and 58% of people believe that abortion is
Based.
never justified.
That's based as fuck.
That is actually crazy.
I'm gonna look something up off screen here.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So gender biases exist in countries in both lower and
No.
higher human development index rankings, as well as across regions, income levels, and cultures. The biases have remained constant for the past decade, and they're stagnant according to this index. And despite recent global and local campaigns for women's rights, such as the Me Too and Ni Una Menos, there has
You
been
can't
little
make this
overall
up, dude.
progress
You
in
can't
addressing
make this
biases.
up.
Isn't that wild?
Oh my. Holy
Hmm.
shit.
So,
that is an insane
what are the impacts?
statistic.
Hey, in
of
her defense,
gender
you know,
biases
she
around the
loves
world.
Palestine, and Palestine is one of the lower ones on that
Um,
chart. Okay.
There are many, but we're going to talk about a couple. All right. The first one is economic empowerment of women. So these biased gender norms hinder
I
women's
cannot
economic
watch these
empowerment.
videos.
So recent evidence shows
What
that
is this, dude?
Why do these streamers upload their whole VODs instead of editing them?
Well, this is like not even. This is a highlight. This is
I
just
know
like a
it-
20-minute clip from her
I
stream,
know,
but
it's like it's not edited at all.
are all of her fucking videos are reactions to these cut like videos.
Yeah, because those get views. Not even, but they get views on streaming.
300 view. What? Playing Would I Ban You? Austin Ox's Hasanabi game show.
I cannot watch more of these
This is
videos.
an
At least
Minaj is the better.
Yeah, you know, this wasn't this. Watching her content is like literally so boring that it's like not even worth going over. I thought that was gonna be more funny. Basically, like all of the clips that I've seen of her, and like to be fair, I don't know her very well, but they all either have her talking about her being an Arab or being Lebanese, or they're just her just straight up playing victim in some situation, like she did with the Mizkif thing. So this person is just always, to me, seems to be whining about one thing or another, or flexing, you know, their connection to Hassan. Okay. Skipping this one. Very sensitive. What is this? Oh, that's the video that we just watched. Yeah. So recently, she's had a few takes that have been quite questionable, particularly around the Israel-Palestine conflict. So her very first tweet about the Israel-Palestine conflict took place on October 7th, which was the day that Hamas basically committed a terrorist attack on Israel. And on October 7th, Frogan tweets this: "Leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America. But as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong."
this is not like a leftist revolution.
Yeah, not at all.
I get what she's saying, but
But why would you say this on October 7th right after a terrorist
Yeah.
attack? This is like right after 9/11 saying like they're just revolutionaries.
Yeah.
It's crazy that people support revolution until someone else does it to you. It's like, what are you talking about? Why would you engage? Why would you say this? This makes you look so fucking insane. This is horrible. This is like a horrible thing to say. And, you know, she's defended this saying, "Oh, no, I'm not pro Hamas, guys. Guys, I'm not pro Hamas. I'm not pro terrorist. I don't know how you guys got that idea." And it's like, what is the implication here then? You're calling this a revolution? You're calling this a Palestinian revolution?
Yeah.
Like as if it's for some noble cause on October 7th, right after the fucking terrorist attack takes place.
Well, I think what she meant is that I think what she was trying to say is that she was calling out the hypocrisy of leftists who say they want a revolution but then get mad when people revolt, but yeah,
no,
no,
even
not
so,
good.
she's equating a like this is just crazy. And it also almost makes it seem like this person is in favor of like a fucking leftist revolution, like a violent revolution.
Yeah, but I don't.
What's up,
I
hot
think-
boy?
I think-
Wiener.
Hello, hot boy.
Wiener gang.
How you
Hot bow
been?
wiener.
The hot bow.
Dude, I watched your like 10-minute stream this morning. I woke up and I resubbed. And then you ended stream.
Wait, what'd you stream?
Just streaming some SMO.
Hot boy, I've seen you on the SMO grind
Hell yeah. On Switch.
on Switch, yeah, cause
Yeah.
cause I've been on the Tears of the Kingdom grind.
Hell yeah. This is Frogan's second brain dead take. This person, Scary Karl Marx, says,
Right.
"Lady, please, there is a massive difference between being pro-Palestine and pro-Hamas." And Frogan says, "What's it like being brain dead?"
Uh-oh.
And then Frogan says, "Actually, please post the entire context." So let's see what the entire context is. What's it like not being able to differentiate between a theocratic terrorist organization and a freedom movement? But you understand how your tweet about the revolution is finally happening in Palestine, and yet American revolutionaries are angry was super stupid then and worth shitting on if you differentiate between actual progress and the shit Hamas did. I didn't see you mention it. And then Frogan just says, "Try again with my tweet." I haven't seen these yet. I haven't seen these yet. This is crazy. No, how about you try not endorsing a terrorist organization or clearly condemning them? How is that hard to you? I'm asking you a question. Did you condemn them? Do you condemn Hamas? She says, "White people are so insane. I wish I was as smooth-brained as people on this website." Holy shit, dude. How is this person real?
So she's saying she's like half stupid.
Well, she's like literally dodging. She's literally dodging. Oh yeah, she is saying she's half stupid. She's half white.
Yeah, and yeah.
Guys, I'm so much better than white people because I'm only half white. That makes me so much better. So these takes got her posted on a Stop Anti-Semitism account. If you guys don't know about these accounts, these are like the ADL is kind of like this. Stop Anti-Semites. There's like a bunch of these.
Are these like funded by Israel, or do you think
Some
they're
some of them are, but I think some of them are also just like organizations,
Mhm.
like nonprofits or whatever. So this Stop Anti-Semitism account posts, "Twitch, the largest streaming platform for gamers, has just chosen someone, Frogan, real name Morgan, who celebrated the 10/7 massacre as their legendary woman. This is a spit in the faces of the 1,200 plus people murdered on 10/7, countless women raped, and the remaining kidnapped hostages being held in Gaza."
Wow.
And they post this fucking screenshot of her tweet next to like some of the the carnage.
But to be fair, this Stop Anti-Semitism thing is such a reach. She was not celebrating. She was not.
No.
She was literally just making a dumb tweet.
I'm showing you guys this because it's funny.
Yeah.
These accounts are really annoying sometimes.
Wait,
like
and what is a legendary woman? What the hell does that mean? Yeah.
I don't know.
Dragon warrior.
So these accounts, the reason I don't like these accounts is because they will sort of like take things that aren't like anti-Semitic and they'll twist them to be anti-Semitic. Like they did this with like Pepe the Frog. Do you guys remember? They or the OK hand symbol. They said that this means like white power because like someone posted it on 4chan as a joke. And then they posted like Pepe the Frog and they were like, this is an alt-right like dog whistle. And like obviously that's really stupid and a reach. But I just find it funny that one of these accounts that usually like a lot of leftists are like really in support of their like messaging, you know, are now attacking Frogan because of her doing like something equally like stupid. You know what I mean? It's just so funny.
Really
funny. And then the other day, Frogan tweeted this, which was just really funny. And this story honestly does not make any sense to me. We'll go over it. So Frogan says, started therapy 5 years after a bad experience with a Zionist therapist. Sought women of color therapists, assuming relative empathy. Mentioned Palestine. And new therapist sees it as just another place and not caring or being knowledgeable due to discrimination she faces in America. So this person says, why focus on external issues in therapy rather than delving into the internal challenges you're facing?
Literally.
And Frogan says, because I was explaining an internal challenge I face pertaining to Palestine. Bitch, you're thinking about Palestine all the time to the point where you tell your therapist, yeah, I'm really just thinking about Palestine again. I'm just thinking about, you know, it's like all her thoughts, all of her feelings revolve around this fucking country.
Yeah.
That she's so passionate about, which is just so fucking insane. Like, who cares? Who cares?
I feel like her therapist was trying to discourage her from this like black hole thinking about Palestine all the time, and she was like, "Oh my God, you're a Zionist.
Yeah,
you're crazy."
This is what people interpreted this as, and I don't know if this is necessarily true. I'll tell you guys my theory after this. So when she says Zionist therapist, a lot of people took this to mean they found out that she was Jewish. She found out that she was Jewish.
That was the one from 5 years ago, right? Started therapy after a bad experience with a Zionist therapist. So are there 3 therapists in this story or are there 2?
I was under the impression this was the same one.
No, after a bad experience with a Zionist.
New therapist.
New
okay.
therapist, yeah.
Well, there was another one where she mentioned. Okay, here we go. Yeah. This is her giving more context. Okay, when I say my therapist was a Zionist,
okay.
When I went back to her when I went to her back in 2019, I mean, she literally brought up that I was Lebanese unprompted and confronted me on it.
Okay, that's fucked though. That's fucked.
Saying she was Israeli. She asked if I had a problem with that. If I felt like Israel had the right to exist, started asking more and more that if I was frustrated with Islam and have considered taking off my hijab. I asked her if she was all right with me being Lebanese, and she got really aggressive, accusing me of flipping it on her and refused to answer. So when I say Zionist, I don't mean she was Jewish. I mean she was a racist Israeli who could not help herself but to confront me about my ethnicity in what was supposed to be a therapy session.
Okay, to be fair, if I don't necessarily believe this story 100%, but if it is true that she brought up the fact that she's Lebanese and started asking her a bunch of questions about it, that's weird.
No,
there's a ton of weird ass therapists.
Wait, let me finish my point.
Okay,
so
okay.
what I think happened is she went there and started bringing up, you know, her ethnicity, her obsession with Palestine, and she was just talking about it so much and saying it's an internal conflict. She thinks about it all the time. And the therapist hears this and is like, oh, so you're really, really strongly anti-Israel. Well, just so you know, I'm from Israel. So is that going to be a problem for us in our professional relationship? Is that going to be an issue because I'm from Israel? And then she takes this and exaggerates the story and adds all this shit about, oh, she said that she asked if I was frustrated with Islam and if I wanted to take off my hijab.
Yeah. Who the fuck would say that? Is a crazy thing to say.
The reason that she brought this up makes no sense because Frogan tweeted about this right after it happened in 2019. She even links to her own tweet. And this is how she describes the story. I just went to therapy for the first time, and after talking about my dad fleeing the Israel-Lebanon war, she was like, I'm Israeli. Do you have any issues with me being your therapist? Bruh, I was so taken aback.
Oh my gosh. Don't, she literally lied and she linked to herself lying.
So this is an entirely different story.
Yeah.
This is obviously not the same story. Because first of all, if all this shit happened to you, shitting on you for
Whoa.
being a Muslim and like being like racist to you, you would have brought this up here.
Yeah.
You would have absolutely talked about
Well,
this
and
if
you
you were
would've-
venting about it.
You would have said that it was, she said it was unprompted, that this lady just brought it up for no reason.
Yeah.
But clearly it was prompted by something because they're of the Israel-Lebanon war.
Yeah, so people highlighted this saying, it's so weird how you left out all the actual bad details in that tweet. I fled the Israel-Lebanon war. I'm Israeli. Would that be an issue? OMG, bro, so taken aback. But why would you even say that to me, you dirty Zionist? So
What the hell?
this is what happened, right? And she somehow
Whoa.
warps and stretches this story to her therapist being a hardcore Zionist that had like a racial bias against her, which is absolutely like just not true. Like I don't buy that at all. So for her to like,
You know she would have brought that up the first time. If a therapist told her to take her hijab off, she would have said that immediately. That is like an insane thing to say.
right, Zionist therapist. So this is why people are like, you have no idea. You have no idea if this person's a Zionist. There are plenty of people from Israel that are anti-Netanyahu and anti-Zionist, but you're just assuming that they're Zionists because they brought up the fact that they're from Israel and asked you if that was going to be an issue for you in terms of compatibility, which I think is like a responsible thing for your your potential therapist to ask if it's obvious that a lot of your identity ties into this war and the Israel-Lebanon conflict. If that's an important thing to you, it would make perfect sense for the therapist to bring that up. Yeah, go ahead. So Ethan Klein reacted to this on stream, which is really funny. Check this out. This website is so weird. Okay.
When I have said all the things that you want to hear from me, I want to meet you right in the fucking middle, and you still spit in my face. So give me a fucking break. Who's the problem? Scumbag. Scumbag. And you know what? I don't want to call out this because I'm going to say this because it pissed me the fuck off. And being an anti-Semite openly and proudly is now likes on Twitter. Frogan, she tweeted out, she goes, I have a problem with my Zionist therapist. Just call him a fucking Jew. I'm sorry, but you can't talk like that about any other fucking minority. I had a problem with my Zionist therapist. What'd you talk? Your Zionist therapist? Did you get those level of details from them? You had an in-depth conversation about the politics of Zionism with your therapist? No, I know what you mean. You mean fucking Jew. I'm not gonna sit here and let my fucking people, be openly bigoted and racist. Fuck that shit. Nobody would expect that from any other minority. Nobody. It's disgusting. It is. And I'm here. I'm with you. I'm on your side all the fucking way.
So Ethan is like a very, very like pro-Palestine person, considering the fact that he is also from Israel. He has been very vocally open to like expressing support for like Palestinian stuff. And because he doesn't agree 1000% with Hassan, Frogan has been calling him a Zionist and calling him a horrible person and having all this public beef with him back and forth. Just because he's not 100% on board. And it's like, dude, this guy is like not even like your enemy. You're just like literally mischaracterizing him because he doesn't 1,000,000% agree with everything you're saying. So just today, Frogan released a video where she talks about this Ethan Klein beef and she gives a full response to it. So I thought that would be fun to go over.
Because we wanted to highlight the diversity of the Middle East, or the Middle East. We are all Lebanese. Some of us are Lebanese. We're all half Lebanese, essentially. I'm half Lebanese and I'm half Palestinian. I'm also Christian Lebanese and Christian Palestinian. Raf is half Lebanese and half
Why is
Jewish.
this so quiet?
He is, I mean, Raf is, Jewish, and then we
Is
have
that a good
Frogan,
volume
who's
for you
half
guys?
Lebanese, half white, but Frogan is Muslim. The reason of the pod was to kind of highlight what it is to be Arab. Like what it really is to be Arab. It's not what people really think it is.
I can't
You
fix
know,
it. I've
people
already
tend
turned
to
it up
think
as much as I can.
this like monolith of like every Arab looks the same or they talk the same, and it's really a very diverse place. I've been to Lebanon for a while. You've been to Lebanon. You've also done Birthright in Israel. So
biases towards Jewish back in 2019.
Okay, here we go.
So I tweeted out a tweet talking about how, I was traumatized from my experience I had with my Zionist therapist.
I was
back in
traumatized.
2019,
I was traumatized.
And I finally decided to go again, and now it's just like the lack of empathy frustrated me. I didn't think anything of it when I tweeted it. It was just me venting because I don't have like an alt account to vent on. I just tweeted it on main thinking nothing of it. As time progressed throughout the day, people picked up on it, and I started getting accused of dog whistling that the Zionist therapist was a Jewish person. So I put out a tweet that night, like, liberals on social media want to assume and like apply their implicit biases towards Jewish people that all Jewish people are Zionists, which I don't believe that. So I put a tweet out clarifying that. And
These
I went
people,
to bed thinking
these
nothing
like
of it.
leftist people like hate liberals so much. I think we talked about this before, but it's really funny because it almost becomes like horseshoe theory again, where like you'll have like these like people who are like right wing and they'll be like, oh man, those fucking liberals. And then the leftists do the exact same thing. They make fun of those people for doing that. And then they do the exact same thing, shitting on liberals, being like, liberals are the literal scum of the earth. They're the worst people ever. They are projecting their hatred of Jews on me. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
They're not far left enough.
Next day I woke
Yeah,
up.
they're literally not far left enough for them.
I
They
was
see them as like
going on
bad.
about my day, and I started getting like spam mentioned about Ethan mentioning me again. And I'm like, oh, great. Like, what could it be? And then one of my friends sent me a clip of Ethan talking about my tweet about my therapist. To be honest, I didn't watch the clip. The last time he went on like the hour
You didn't watch the clip
rant
still?
about me was very traumatic, and I didn't really want to experience that
Oh
again.
yeah, we could look at that too. So Ethan went on a rant when Frogan was trying to like call him out for his, moderate, like very empathetic view of like the Palestine conflict, where he was like listening and changing his opinion as he like debated with like Hassan and everything. And meanwhile, all these people on Hassan's side were attacking him, calling him a Zionist, calling him a racist, genocidal maniac, and including Frogan. So he had addressed Frogan prior, and he had even unfollowed Frogan on Twitter because Frogan was being particularly unhinged about this. So they had beef before this. So then Ethan sees this tweet about her, saying that she had a Zionist therapist and it traumatized her. And he's like, dude, you're just, at this point, you're just like straight up like racists.
So I didn't watch it. I sent it to my friends, Capri and Raf. And, I wasn't going to
I
respond
sent it to my friends and they told me how horrible it was.
him, but it was like a whirlwind of hate towards me, and accusations of me being anti-Semitic like took over. So I couldn't just sit there and not clear my name. So whenever I was clearing my name, I went into depth about the therapy sessions I had with the therapist that was a Zionist back in 2019. I had 2 sessions with this person. So in the tweet, I was talking
You had 2 sessions with them after they supposedly did all that shit to you?
about how she brought up me being Lebanese unprompted. Me personally, I didn't know about therapists not asking for your familial background because she asked me straight up where my family's from. So I went on the whole spiel about my dad is a Lebanese immigrant. He left during the 90s.
He left during the 90s.
Blah. And whenever I was at the session with her,
Wait,
she was like,
is her dad still around? Wait, I think Snowman's theory might be right here.
Do you have an issue with that? And that kind of took me aback.
So again, she backtracks on her story saying, now the therapist is just saying, okay, well, you know, your dad fled Israel and there was a Lebanese-Israeli conflict. Just so you know, I'm Israeli. Is there an issue with that? Are we going to have like a problem on a professional level? So now that's
I
that's
said
her story.
no whenever she did ask me that. And I was like, you know what? We're just gonna carry on because I was at a point in my life where I felt really mentally ill. I just wanted to like start this because I put it off for so long at that point in my life too. But then like things started getting weird between the 2 therapy sessions. She started like talking more about Israel and talking about me resenting Islam, talking about my scarf, and then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I reversed the question on her. I'm like, okay, I'm Arab. Do you have an issue with that? And she started laughing. She's like, oh, so now you're reversing this on me? And at that point, I was like, you know what? Therapy isn't for me. I'm done. So after the first therapy session I had, whenever she brought it
Yeah,
up.
I don't believe that for a second that happened. That the therapist was racist to you about being Lebanese and was shitting on your decision to wear fucking what are these called again? Hijab. I was gonna say halal, and I was like, wait, that's not right.
I talked to a couple people, one being my old therapist I had from 2015. She wasn't practicing anymore, which is why I wasn't going to her. So I told her.
Wait, did she not say that was her first time going to therapy? Wait, so now she's had a therapist in 2015 as well?
And she told me that I should get a new therapist. I talked to my mom about it. She told me I should get a new therapist. Talked to like my general doctor. She said I should get a new therapist. And people.
Yeah, because you guys weren't compatible. That was the only issue. That's like a normal part of like going to doctors. If someone asks you a question like that and you're like uncomfortable with it, well, then that's obviously not the right doctor for you. Then go to a different doctor. That's why we have so many choices. You can choose to find a different person that works better with you.
Like
that's why the doctor asked you that question, to see if you were compatible or if you needed to find a different therapist, because it was so obvious to her that this was a big part of your identity and it could be a potential issue.
It made me uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie. Like her asking that and like the factors that happened after the fact of her asking, it contributed to. I'm like, you know, this is supposed to be a place for me where I feel comfortable talking about my issues and trying to work through things that I previously couldn't. And it just created a weird environment for me. So I tweeted that whole spiel, obviously better worded than what I did right now. And
better worded?
Yeah.
Is she saying that she worded it better during this interview just now, or did she word it better in 2019 when she posted that tweet?
Now it's just like a fucking mess. I'm getting now I'm on the anti-Semite page. I'm the face of an anti-Semite page who exposes people as anti-Semitic people, which I'm not. But yeah, I do realize that like anti-Semitism does, like, people think that anti-Semitism has a root in the pro-Palestinian movement, which it doesn't. There are people, like you said, that make
it has a root in the
pro-Palestinian.
people use the obviously, like, people use the pro-Palestinian movement as like a shield for it sometimes. That doesn't mean that you necessarily do it. That's why people can make that connection sometimes. And that, in addition to, you know, you kind of seeming like you were engaging in like like you were like engaging in like apologia for Hamas, like right after the fucking October 7th attack. That's probably where that comes from and why people think that. Just a guess, you know.
But they're tainting the movement. People need to realize that when you're pro-Palestinian, it doesn't mean you're anti-Jewish. If anything, conflating Judaism and Zionism is anti-Semitic. You can't just assume all Jewish people are Zionist. That's not how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for telling us that, Frogan. Thanks
that
for clarifying that, so we know that that's not what you did during that therapy session, right?
They're anti-Semitic tropes to be pro-Palestinian, like I said, taint the movement. And that's not me. I don't believe that at all. Whenever we say free Palestine, I want everybody to coexist. I don't want it to be one side or the other.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Palestinian. You know, I've been saying free Palestine my whole life. I mean, I tweeted like a week before that happened. I don't know, like a month. I tweeted a picture of me just with free Palestine before anyone knew about this stuff. Also, I've had the Lebanese flag. I've taken it out of my bio, the Palestinian flag, multiple times because of hate, just so you guys know. You know, I know that there are people there are bad people in every movement. But like,
is that the
me
extent of it?
personally,
Let's see.
Practice. So it's just it's mind-boggling to me that people make the comparison, and it's mind-boggling to me that people are just like ready with pitchforks and knives to find an enemy in this who has nothing to do with what's actually going on.
A lot of people, like on Twitter, were wondering, like, you're not even Palestinian. Why do you even care what's happening so much? And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that, like, even though like we're all Lebanese, Capri's Palestinian. Even growing up, our families were affected by the government of Israel. Like, my dad fled the war.
Okay, here we
in the
go. Here we go
90s.
again.
He grew up in it.
The Lebanese Civil War. Was
Yeah.
because of it. You know.
And
like
like,
this is just something that is going around. It's bouncing around in her brain all day long. She can't help but talk about the Palestinian conflict, about like Middle Eastern politics. She just can't help it. She's obsessed.
But hold
But
on.
now, like, with everything
I'm not
happening
familiar with
in
Middle
Palestine,
Eastern
Lebanon is being
history, but
affected too.
Lebanese
South Lebanon
Civil
is
War
being.
implies that it's not Israel.
No, I know, but she brought up the Israel-Palestine thing just now too.
No, but okay. Never mind.
Bombed right
And she was and she just brought up the government of Israel and how like
No, but that's not what I mean. I'm looking it up. Let me see.
he grew up in the Lebanese civil war, but then she says,
Yeah.
Well, he escaped the Lebanese
And
Civil
like
War,
even
but
now, like
but she blames
with everything happening
Israel
in
for it, but
Palestine,
I'm not
Lebanon is being
familiar with
affected
Middle
Oh, I
too.
see what
South
you're saying.
Lebanon is being
History, so
bombed
I'm
right
looking at it right
now.
now.
There's white phosphorus. Capri and I are from southern Lebanon.
Yeah.
So it's like the first political issue you learn as an Arab, what the government of Israel has done to the region.
yeah. See, there we go.
So one thing I feel like whenever everything happened in October, we all were educated on what already happened. We didn't have to get the
You were
run-up of
educated, and that's
information.
why you felt so comfortable
Um,
saying that it was just a nice a glorious revolution from the what is it called? There's like the bourgeoisie, and then there's like the what are like the
oh god.
the proletariats.
Yeah, the proletariat.
It was the proletariat. Wait, the proletariats are like the lower class people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was the proletariat movement of the Hamas, attack helicopters.
Confusion and the stuff
Yes.
that's coming from people now trying to understand what's going on. It's not there because it was there all the time,
Mhm.
the whole time.
Yeah, I mean it's a political movement. Like personally, behind the scenes, I've been trying to help as much as I can. I honestly, I kind of gave up on it for a while. I was like, fuck it, dude. Like, there's nothing we can do. Like, we're gonna die in the dark, and there's nothing we can do, and nobody gives a shit. And now I'm seeing like all these political people like jump in, and it's like, hey man, like, cool. This is our life. Like, this isn't like a this isn't
Okay,
collecting
that's
content,
your life.
you know?
Wait, what?
Even the stuff that's going on with you, like, this isn't all these political people, and
Does he
there's
have
nothing we
family
can
in
do,
Palestine or
and nobody
something?
gives a shit. And now I'm seeing like all these political people like jump in, and it's like, hey man, like, cool. This is our life.
This is
Like,
our
isn't
life,
like a-
guys. This
isn't
is our
collecting
life
content,
when
you
here in
know?
America we
Even the
are
stuff that's
just
going on
thinking
with
about
you,
Palestine all the time.
Ethan. I mean, these are everyone's a real person. This isn't content.
No, and like the thing is, I used to love Ethan. I used to consume his content. I used to watch his podcasts.
Yeah, me too.
But like after him going after me in October, like I haven't watched his content
After him
anymore.
going after me for my completely unhinged and unfair takes on him and attacking him, yeah, I just can't bear to watch him anymore because he's just a disgusting Zionist pig. I just can't help it.
Like I just
He was
I
just
don't
so
like I don't
mean
want
to
to like sound
me.
dramatic, but I just can't like stomach it anymore. Like
I can't stomach
I
it.
just don't want to.
And that's fair.
Associate.
It was
To
actually,
be fair, like if you had beef with someone,
my,
I think it would be hard to watch their content.
Yeah, and I just like don't want to.
I don't.
Associate
Yeah, I
that.
obviously don't expect her to watch his content anymore. She like hates him
Mhm.
because she has a political disagreement with him. And she's like a single issue like person. Like she cares about this pretty much, and that's it. From what I've seen, I'm gonna use the bathroom real fast.
Should I keep playing or should I wait?
Or anymore because it's like kind of triggering in that sense.
No, I
So
get
with
that.
this happening
It's
all
fair.
over again, I'm just like,
Yeah.
What sucks is it's like we were talking about this. It's like, how do you prove a negative? It's like, I'm not it. You know, like, you
Yeah,
can't
what are you
prove
gonna
a
do?
negative.
What am I
you
gonna
do?
show like a whole family picture roll of all the Jewish people that I have on my phone? Like you can't do that. You know, so like when you make it sucks because it's just kind of like whoever says the information first is automatically correct, you know?
Yeah.
So with Ethan using his platform and just saying what he did, I mean, he could have said it. Don't get me wrong. He could have said it and totally not have said your name. And then this might have happened, but not as large as it is right now. But to deliberately go out of his way to say your name and then put that accusation on your name, it's...
Dude, who cares about saying her name? She's a public figure and she's a pretty big streamer. She's open to as much criticism as anyone else on the platform.
So it's bewildering to me. And it's honestly, it's heartbreaking because it's like, that's not true, but how are we going to defend ourselves and how are we going to fight this? It's kind of literally what's going on in the world today. You know, there's no way we can really fight and defend ourselves unless we are put in this position where we have to fight back. And I'm like, why should we even be in that position just because of something someone said?
What's crazy is like Frogan's story is not something that's unheard of.
It's not unheard of.
We already knew about the story because we were talking about it. We were
Right.
When you were getting your therapist, we were talking about the story. You're like, I don't want to go. We're like, just go. They're not
Like,
all
it's gonna be
like
good
that.
for you.
It'll be fine. Yeah, it's gonna be good for you. And I'm like, even with my therapist, he said stuff like, I love my therapist. He's great, you know. But he said stuff to me that I'm like, dude, like that's like you don't get. Like, is this in your culture? You guys do this? I'm like, no, it's not my culture. Oh, dude, I was born in California. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Between the
Wait, so it's your life, but it's not your culture. You were born
Yeah.
in California.
Yeah.
Huh.
These people have like
two
a
of you,
chip
and
on their
sometimes
shoulder
me,
over
like, when
this.
we do tweet about this particular thing,
Well,
we
I
tweet
understand,
from a
like,
very
the-
emotional and angry place, and a lot of the times a very
The
logical place as
Israel-Palestine
well.
war has been
And
devastating.
it gets
Yeah.
It's been horrible.
Of course. Yeah, but it's like why like
This is like not a healthy way.
it's
to
not
approach
yeah, that's
it.
my point is it's like it's not healthy at all. You guys are obsessed. Like of course it's okay to like care about it and everything, but it's like your identity is so tied to it. Why? Like
I like those colored windscreens for the mics. They're cute.
yeah.
It's construed as we have no like understanding about anything else that's going on, which is just not true. The problem is that we understand literally
too
everything
much.
that's going on, and we're not afraid to like really kind of come out and say it, you know, because I'm Jewish and I'm pro Palestine, but does that make me to see people like even assume that I'm anti-Semitic towards my own people is fucking awful.
I saw you going in with someone, and
I'm like, and I'm not the person who tweets back. I don't do that. I'm like, all right, they're gonna talk their shit no matter what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
They're always gonna say whatever. I can't please anybody on the internet. On the internet, no matter
Who
if
are
you're in
these
the right,
guys?
you're
Do
wrong.
you have any
100%
context on who
all the
these guys
time.
are?
No, I have no idea.
So
Arabs podcast. So it's a podcast that centers around them being Arabs.
Oh, and she's on it permanently.
Is she? Oh yeah, she is.
Interesting.
you know, I finally
We're
blew
gonna
up
speed
on a
this up a
couple of
little bit,
people,
'cause
and
these
I'm like,
people are
dude,
super
this is like
boring.
just bullshit. I'm not any
Jesus.
less of a person of my culture than you are. You're just you're doing this. I can't even like really put into
it's-
words what's going on
It's
because
so
like,
frustrating too because they make these number one like a lot of stuff is like it's hateful and racist. 'Cause
Yeah.
What they'll do is they'll be like, you're Muslim, you're Muslim, you're Muslim.
Right.
And I'm like, no,
no, not at all.
None of us. I'm like, me and Raf are. I'm Christian. Raf's Jewish.
Yeah, and I
Technically,
even
I'm-
have Jewish and Christianity on both sides.
So I'm like, again, like, why are you guys making that assumption? You know,
Mhm.
and it's just because Arab, haha, Muslim. You know,
Mhm.
and it's frustrating because then I go like, hey, I'm Christian, then I'm equivocating it, then I'm putting Frogan down in the process. Like, well, I'm not actually Muslim, and it makes me feel like I'm distancing myself from Frogan.
Right.
And I'm not
Do
trying
people
to do that.
assume
I'm just
that
trying to
every
educate people to be like,
Palestinian
hey,
is
man,
Muslim? I guess people probably do, huh?
you know, like one of the
To be
lines
honest,
I hear is like, all
I
the
was
Christians were
like,
pushed
well,
out by
he's
the
saying
Muslims.
that the
I'm like, that's not what I'm talking
Israel-Palestine
about.
war
I mean, is
was
there
his
anything else you wanna
life, so I
address
kind
about
of
this?
assumed he was Muslim and had some connection
No,
to it that way.
I think that we'll just move on and do the regular episode.
I don't know.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Well,
You're
I
having
know,
fucking
I
weird
know
the whole
that
time.
there's like that there's
Why did-
Christianity in Palestine and
Yeah.
everything.
Well, yeah.
I've known about that.
Honestly,
Nobody
Adam,
tell me.
you underestimate how retarded people are. I'm gonna be honest.
What do you mean?
People are just dumb. Like, there's tons of people who would assume that everyone from the Middle East is Muslim.
Yeah, I guess.
And
what is this?
I don't know.
They Photoshop themselves on like these old pictures of like what the fuck?
But for example, a lot of people think that Sikhs are Muslim. And
Yeah.
and Sikhs will get profiled at airports despite like not being even the right from the right region at all.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
It's actually ridiculous how
Oh
people.
no.
Fuck. What?
Someone didn't. This bitch turned off her account. I can't read these tweets anymore.
What was it?
So basically, let me just finish your point.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
You were saying that people assume that Sikhs are Muslims too.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. It happened right in front of me one time. There was a Sikh guy, and this girl went up to him and was like, "Are you Muslim?" It's like, what is wrong with you?
Okay, so unfortunately, this bitch limited her account, and I didn't archive the tweets. I'm sure they're archived somewhere, but actually, let's see. Let's
Wait,
see.
so are we done with this video?
Yeah, we're done with this video.
Yeah, it's pretty not.
This video sucks, dude. These people are so boring. All right, let's see. Click all the bicycles. Whoops, no, I didn't mean to click that one. Stairs, stairs. Dude, my brain does
You're
not
so
identify
slow
it.
at looking at them. Oh, right there. There. Oh,
Those
yeah.
are stairs? Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Please try again.
There we go. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So this bitch says, this is a writer for Kotaku, okay? She wrote this article saying, I spoke to the team at Sweet Baby and infiltrated the Discord group, rallying against them to try to paint a clearer picture of what the fuck is going on. So this article she writes about, let's see. Sweet Baby Inc. doesn't do what some gamers think it does. So this is the Gamergate 2 thing. This lady is trying to like bait people into like getting angry and arguing with her and stuff. Like I don't understand how it's possible for her to be completely unironic here. Like she's like engagement baiting, posting this shit on Twitter. I'll show you guys what I mean in a second here. But people were shitting on her for this article, and she started replying with just the most brain dead fucking takes ever. Sweet Baby Inc. is not the largest narrative design company in the games industry, nor is it solely responsible for the characters and stories in recent high-profile releases like Alan Wake 2, blah, blah, blah. But good luck telling some gamers that. Late last month, one of the company consultants discovered a Steam group dedicated to detecting games that Sweet Baby Inc. has worked on. The purpose? To encourage people to avoid those games because the group had deemed SBI was pushing a woke agenda by working toward greater diversity, equity, and inclusion. This sentence right here, it's literally like, yeah, that's.
Well, yeah, those are synonyms.
Yeah, those are literally synonyms. That's what it means.
They're not actual synonyms, but they're like, what's the point?
Well, yeah, she's like, well, they were shitting on them for pushing a woke agenda, but what they were actually doing is just pushing diversity, inclusion, and equity. Okay, like then what do you think that word means then?
Equity is one of those words that like used to mean something, and now it's just like anything good on the left is equity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It used to actually mean something and be important, and now it's just, you know.
Yeah.
Now it's just like having, I don't know, I can't give an example, but they use that. It's one of those trendy words that everyone uses.
Is equity like the equal outcome thing?
So, yeah, you can there's like a Tumblr meme about it. It's called, look up equity versus equality Tumblr.
Okay, we'll look that up. I'll put that off.
You might as well just pull it up right now because we're talking about images. This one. This one right here. This is the one that was on Tumblr.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing. Okay, this is what I picture whenever I hear this word. I just wasn't sure if that's what she was referring to. Okay, so listen to this. So there's a Steam group of people who are like, okay, this game company, Sweet Baby Inc., they make, some really shitty like narratives because they're always just like pushing like woke shit. They're just pushing, diversity, whatever, above everything else. So they made a Steam group to be like, yeah, here's all the games that they made so you know which games to avoid. Mm-hmm. And now she's writing like a hit piece on these people saying like why that's so bad and so like wrong.
Well, to be fair, do we actually think that it's Sweet Baby Inc.'s fault that these games are doing it? Is it this company's fault, or is
It's a
it?
narrative design company, so I assume so because they're the ones writing the stories or whatever.
But is it execs telling them to put it in? We just don't know who's
Right.
to blame necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know. But to me, like making a Steam group like that, it's not a very serious thing.
No, it's like,
Like
who
who cares?
cares?
That's part of like the free market. You know what I mean? Like if you want to avoid those types of games, those games annoy you so much, that type of shit
Yeah,
annoys you so
that's
much.
stupid, but
Who fucking cares? Like who fucking cares? Let those people do that.
There's groups for communism. There's groups for fucking anything on in the planet. Like,
Yeah.
what
There's
does it
people
mean-
that will
What does it matter?
there's people that will play games off of like really stupid criteria like that all the time. So then she brings up the fact that she compares this group to Kiwi Farms, saying this ire against Sweet Baby Inc. isn't new. This Kiwi Farms post in October 2023 shares similar sentiments, stating that the company's involvement in Remedy's award-winning 2023 action game Alan Wake 2 was possibly one of the biggest scandals in gaming history. This conversation around Sweet Baby Inc. has ignited a fundamentally misinformed Gamergate-esque firestorm. Its employees have faced rampant harassment as a direct result. Industry figures have had to deny allegations that SBI comes in and completely changes their games. I spoke with several employees of Sweet Baby Inc. to learn what the company actually does and how the misunderstanding of its role in the industry highlights a far broader problem. The games industry has had its fair share of struggles lately, from massive layoffs to wildly expensive games like Suicide Squad falling short of expectations. Okay, it's a little bit of a sidetrack here, but like I feel like the main thing people care about is games being good. And I feel like a lot of modern games just haven't been good. And it's not necessarily because they're including all this like progressive stuff in it, but just because they're pumping out like really mediocre shit games. And so like of course people are going to attribute that to this if it coincides, right? That doesn't mean that it's caused by this. The storytelling's gotten way worse. So if you really care about all these issues, equity, inclusion, and equality or whatever, why don't you guys start making fucking good games that include those things? Because that's like the main, like all of that shit can be forgiven for these people if you make like a really good game. But these people seem incapable of making games that are actually like interesting. Even games that are widely considered to be successes are not safe from these conspiracy theories. So anyways, this person's just characterizing these people as like evil chud gamergaters who are like, you know, they have this vendetta against anyone who makes like woke games, and they're like harassing people and stuff. And obviously this was like a controversial article because it's really like, it's just, you know, stereotypical Kotaku article writing. It's just pretty cringe, and like, I don't know, she's just whining and framing this as like the worst thing ever, when in reality, it doesn't really matter that much. Like, who cares? Some people complain about, you know, this one company because the games that they've released, they don't like something about it. That's really what it boils down to. So this bitch starts getting in fights with people who are quote tweeting her and like replying to this post. And she starts saying some fucking unhinged shit. We're gonna have to go dive into the archives here. So give me a second. Oh my god, it's so annoying how she fucking locked her account. I should have archived the posts. I'm not a robot. This was the best response that I've seen from her. Pretty epic. Oh, it doesn't show the context though. This person like called her like racist or something, and she says, "Hi, you can't be racist against white people. Thanks for tuning in." And then a community note gets added that says, "Racism isn't limited to marginalized or minority races. It is simply the unfair treatment of people who belong to a different or specific race, which can in fact include white people." I saw another one where she was like, basically like someone like made like a criticism of her article, and she was like, "You're a chud, like you're a horrible like chud, like you're a loser, basement dweller," or some shit like that. But unfortunately, she logged her account because of all the harassment that I'm sure she's going to write another article about and complain about. I can see the article now. It's like Elon Musk's Twitter is a horrible place, and it opened up a whole new Gamergate and a whole new wave of Gamergate harassment. Let's look at the Wikipedia article on Gamergate, by the way. Literally everything is so tainted now, dude. Like, if you go on Wikipedia and you look up Gamergate, literally already in the title, they label it as a harassment campaign. Gamergate was a loosely organized, misogynistic online harassment campaign and a right-wing backlash against feminism, diversity, and progressivism in video game culture. Do they even talk about the do they even talk about like the hookup thing where this gamer, like gaming journalist, was like sleeping with game devs and she would give them like more favorable reviews? Because that's like actually how it started. Reviews. Here we go.
I will say that the Gamergaters like took it way too far. You know, it was a really, really dumb. Towards the end, it became so dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know everything that went on during Gamergate, but the fact that it's categorized as like a right-wing harassment campaign is so dishonest, and the fact that that's like the
it was about corruption in the gaming industry.
Yeah, that's how it started. And then people were like, I mean, don't quote me on this because I'm not super familiar with everything, but I think it started as people were like, why the fuck is this whore sleeping with game devs and giving them good reviews? And then those people started complaining, oh, this is such a misogynistic like way of looking at things. And it's like, no, dude, that would be bad if a guy did that. It would be bad if a girl did it. It's just like in any other industry that would be considered like a corrupt thing to do, giving more favorable reviews based on your personal relationships. That's just totally inappropriate. And they managed to flip it into this whole like anti-feminist thing, which it did kind of become, right?
Well, there was this whole other sector of it where I don't know the order of everything, but it also became like a sort of offshoot of the anti-SJW stuff, where it was like these feminists, they want ugly people in our games, they want more fat people, and they want women to not wear sexy fantasy armor anymore, which now those seem reasonable.
Yeah.
Those seem reasonable compared to what we're dealing with in 2024.
I'll give you guys an example of like a Gamergate thing that I don't agree with, which is like I actually saw this pretty recently on the like Kotaku in Action subreddit, which is like the original Gamergate subreddit. They posted this like Final Fantasy character that just recently got like they made her like a new outfit or something because she was like really scantily clad, and it turns out she was like underage, like she was like 16.
God.
So they were like, oh, this is probably a little weird that we have her like dressed like this, and people were complaining about that, being like, oh, this is like feminism is like ruining video games. And it's like, okay, no, you're just a disgusting degenerate like gooner.
It started so many careers.
It did start so many careers.
You know who came from Gamergate? You know who I'm gonna say?
Ethan Ralph, Mediker.
The Gunt himself, yeah. Ethan Ralph.
The Gunt guard.
The Ralpha male.
The Ralpha male. Dude, Ralph was on a redemption arc recently, but he's kind of fallen back a little bit. Apparently, he was like defending Keffals on stream again the other day when everyone was shitting on Keffals, which is kind of funny.
Queen Keffals.
Queen Keffals.
Queen Keffals. Anyway, but I will say, not to sound like a dirty feminist, guys, but
oh no,
I'm gonna be honest. Especially looking back, don't do that face. It's not that bad. I don't have any problem with women advocating for like less sexy characters in video games. I do feel like it is a bit uneven, especially it used to be like 10 years ago. Every single woman was in a bikini. I remember because I was playing like Diablo, and my armor set, it wasn't even on purpose. My armor set was a bikini. ridiculously skimpy.
I
And
agree.
all the men were in like full sets of armor.
I agree that they don't need to have every woman dressed
No.
like that. But the reason that that is the case is because the demographic of people who play video games are like way more at least at the time was like way more males than females.
Yeah.
And even in those types of games still, I don't think that women started playing them more just because there were different armor sets available that
And-
weren't as like horror-ish.
Still, I just think that it's sort of a culture thing that I just prefer it when a game I'm pro artist vision as well. I prefer it when a game treats them equally. Because I think there are some implicit biases with some, not as much anymore, but with some female characters, there used to be a lot of implicit biases that they never addressed or anything.
I honestly don't care about implicit biases. Like if the game is catered to guys and there's going to be some like implicit biases, like
It's not
I
just-
don't think that really matters.
There's nothing wrong with catering to men. It's just the fact that go ahead and cater to men, but what is the uneven treatment? Why not make the men have interesting sexy outfits like the women do? Like the men are in classic fantasy armor, and it's just like uneven, I guess.
Yeah, I just feel like that's like a thing with like fantasy games, but also like it doesn't necessarily it wasn't even a good characterization of like all games. Like they said like
No,
oh
not at
every
all, not at all.
female character in every game needs to be like less sexualized and they need to make them like stronger like leads. But literally like Portal came out in 2007. You play as a
Yeah.
girl that's not scantily clad. She's just wearing like normal everyday clothes. There's other games where you played female characters
and
that weren't just like sexual.
And Tomb Raider wasn't very sexualized. None of the Mario characters were sexualized. Dude, I don't I just don't I don't know. Especially these days, if you're still doing that these days, it's super transparent because there's a way bigger audience of female gamers that would be that might be interested in something like that. I honestly, what I really want is them to just not make the women so retardedly sexy. It's just like it's hard to look at sometimes. It's so over the top and uneven. Does that make sense?
I just don't really find it like even though I find that like personally like unappealing, I get why like they pandered to guys because guys were the main demographic of the people who played those games. You know what I mean?
No, I understand. Do
Like,
you
if
see what
I-
I'm saying though? Like I just think it's kind of nasty. I think it's like a culture problem more than anything. It's the same thing like you know how we always talk about Coomer art
Yeah.
on Reddit and stuff like that? You shit on that, but when it comes to the game, I think you should hold that same standard and not be pandering to these Coomers who want to jack off to these women. I think it's cringe and gross. Hi, Riley.
What's
How's
up,
it going?
Riley? I love the over the top shit. Yeah. Yeah. See, I kind of agree with Snowman. I don't think it should get in the way of like your character design or anything though.
It's so like ironic of you though, because you of all people, you're like
Yeah, like I said,
so, and you have a hard time watching anime because anime is so disgusting and gross, and now we have
Farmer Girls, Farmer Girls gamers. Yeah, Farmer Girl gamers. Yeah. Yeah, they should make disgusting scantily clad Stardew Valley skins. That would be true equality.
I bet they have that. I'm
Yeah.
sure, and that's my point. Like, you can't watch anime because of all the Coomer shit in it.
Yeah.
So I think that at the same time you should be like, yeah, I don't think we should. I think it's kind of weird that these girls are like have huge bulging tits coming out the sides of their tops and stuff like that. Oh, gamer girl. I was like farmer girl. Yeah. I think I don't know. Maybe I don't think I explained myself very well. You guys,
I just don't like this idea that you have to like necessarily
you don't have to do anything, but I'm going to criticize you when game developers should not be forced to do anything. But I'm going to criticize the fact that you are making it to gross characters. I know. I'm not talking about you, Snowman. I'm talking more about Adam because Adam is like anti this stuff in every instance besides this that we're talking about right now for some reason.
Well, I just like my answer would be like if it was so disgusting to me, I wouldn't play that game. But I like I'm saying that for those people, like I don't watch anime, but that doesn't mean I think that anime should be that they should be forced to like draw them a certain way.
But I said that no gamer should be forced to do anything.
Yeah.
I just mean that I'm still gonna criticize the fact that it exists just the same way that we criticize anime or the disgusting art on
But
Reddit
the point
and stuff like
the
that.
point is Gamergate, and in Gamergate there were people advocating for like, oh, this is so like fucked up that this exists.
I never meant to say that I agree with those people. I'm just saying that I understand. I feel weird when a game has super uneven stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I think it's worth criticizing and nothing else.
Yeah, but their point, like in Gamergate, was beyond that. They're not just reasonably criticizing it. They were like, "Oh, it needs to change." Like,
I'm not agreeing with those people. I'm just
Yeah, I
saying
know,
I
I know.
understand.
But in this
I'm also criticizing the fact that that those games exist, and that's it. I don't want them to not exist. I don't want to ban porn. I don't want to ban anime. I don't want to ban any sort of game. I don't want to prevent anyone from doing it.
Yeah.
But it's a cultural problem, or not a problem. It's just a cultural thing, you know.
Yeah, but like in the context of this conversation, we're talking about Gamergate. That's why we brought this up. That's our main point. Is like it ties to Gamergate and how they were talking about like compelling people to make things a certain way, which we both agree is dumb. Yeah.
Wait, say that. I'm not for compelling people, but I just think it's nasty.
I don't know the girl's name, but didn't you comment on making strong female characters with dumb clothing, or if a guy's strong? In a story, the girl might be seen as dumb, even though it's the same. We're talking more about like specifically like fantasy armor sets in games.
And how for girls it's like metal bikinis, and for guys it's like full sets of armor from head to toe.
Yeah, and how like historically that's because games were pandering to like guys who obviously would be more inclined to like pick girl characters based off
and
of that,
really
right?
more I'm criticizing those guys who are buying those games personally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's more like, oh, hot girl. I don't know. Use your higher brain functioning. That's my opinion. Like it should still be allowed to be made. That's just my opinion. Just like I don't want to ban anything. That's my point.
So yeah, anyways, I'm really curious to see more about this author on this Kotaku author, because she seems completely insufferable, and I'm just curious. What was her name again? Wait, let me try to find the archive again. I gotta go into my history to find it. Here we go. Alyssa Mercant. Let's look at her biography. Alyssa Mercant. Was she like one of the OG Gamergaters? Like,
Yeah, I agree with you, Riley. That's
Yeah.
The only thing is, it's just like, you know, you can talk. Immersion is different for everyone, but it totally takes me out to think of a girl with only her tits covered, and that's like what she's going into battle for. I don't even have a problem necessarily with sexy armors, but it has to at least cover the parts that are that are the most vulnerable, you know?
yeah. Okay, let's see some of her other articles. This is Alyssa Mercant.
Wait, is it? This is a.
This is the same
girl?
author, yeah. So it seems like not everything that she's talking about is political.
Yeah, it's all.
So-
Wait. Scroll back up. Masturbatory technology.
Jesus.
That's timely.
Yeah. How long has she been I want to see how long she's been an author for. Oh, yeah, not the Onion, Jesus. Alyssa Mercant. Does she have a Wikipedia page? I am Kotaku's newest oh, she's the senior editor for Kotaku as of November 2022. Wow, that's crazy. That's insane that she's a senior editor and she's conducting herself like that on Twitter. Holy shit.
That's embarrassing.
That is embarrassing. Dude, how are they like I feel like everyone else is like sort of at this point more like tuned in. It almost feels like she's like completely, or like Kotaku is being completely tone deaf, because I feel like the shit has been starting to, people start to look down on this type of stuff like a lot more lately. Like the
Who the fuck reads Kotaku anymore? That's my
yeah.
question.
Well, it's like how you have like places like Vice shutting down. You have like what else shut down? There was another news place that shut down recently. Vice shut down. So like all of these like sort of media outlets that are just producing this like, you know, appeal to like hyper progressive like slop articles are like getting shut down. Anyways, that's all I have for my segment. So it's Erica's turn. Erica's Corner. You guys ready? Erica's Corner Part 2. We got content for days. She sent it on here.
Erica's Corner. Dude, once I started sorry for my titty take, guys. The viewers went down when I started talking
Yeah,
about
it's your
that.
fault. It's your
I'm
fault.
sorry, guys. It's okay. You can jerk off the titties if you want. I don't care. So, I missed a ton of stuff last time. And we're going to get right into it. First of all, and we're not going to watch all these all the way through,
All right.
but this is a very interesting new trend that I'm seeing, and it's like this trend where mostly women ask their TikTok chat how old they are, or how old they look. How old do I look, guys? And then, because TikTok is full of angry people with no life, they'll give like retarded answers. They'll say like, "Oh, you look like you're 55 years old," stuff like that. Well, yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, I just don't think that a lot of you guys can understand what it is like to be a girl. Not in a bad way or anything, but it's just a very different experience.
No, like I totally agree with the part where it's like the armors don't make any sense and it's kind of gross or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with that, but yeah. I think we agree, but we're just focusing on different parts of the argument, I guess.
Well, yeah, I don't want anything banned.
Yeah.
Anyway, so because these people, because TikTok commenters are shitters, they'll say like, "Oh, you look like you're 50," or they'll actually say, you know, like a reasonable one. How old do you think this girl looks?
Late 30s, 40.
Yeah, I think she's in her 40s, but I think she was expecting people to say like, "Oh my God, you look like you're 31," but they were like saying that she looks like she's in her 40s, and there's no shame in that, you know. I've never played female characters really, but they're still cool characters with stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them have stories.
When I originally did that video asking what age I looked, I had no makeup on because in my mind, putting on makeup would have been cheating. I don't know. And so, you know, I feel like makeup can hide so much and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I have a good idea. Let's take this video, stitch it, and I want to see what all the 40-year-old faces look like. I want you guys to show the world that we don't look like Kardashians. We have lines, we have wrinkles, we have age.
That's a fine message and everything, but the way at the start she was like, I wanted to do it without makeup because I thought makeup would be cheating.
Wait, so is she claiming that she's not wearing makeup right now?
No, she's saying that in her last video. Her last video, everyone was saying she looks like she's in her 40s. She is in her 40s, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think these people need to like get over this idea of youth.
Yeah.
And this, she has a mature bone structure and she's beautiful. People think that once you turn 40, you're like some ancient, decrepit, crazy looking 40 is still young and beautiful. My mom was the most beautiful in her 40s, in my opinion. I'm serious.
She does kind of look like she has an attitude.
She does.
She looks like
Watch, we
a
have all these
surfer
things,
mom.
and
She
that
looks
is
like
totally
she like
fine.
dropped
Oh my
the kids
God.
off to surf lessons.
She looks like a boy mom. She looks like someone who'd be like, I'm such a boy
I
mom.
have 3 boys. Yeah, they're my little rascals.
I just love my boys so much. We're gonna talk about boy moms today too, I think.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, but I just thought it was funny how she said like, "Oh, it's just because I wasn't wearing makeup, guys." And here's this one.
Oh, that was her point, is that people said she was upset that people said she looked older because she
Mhm.
wasn't wearing makeup.
Yeah.
Oh, so she was like coping.
She was
Okay,
coping.
I get it.
No, yeah.
All right, how old do I look? I keep seeing Gen Z freaking out about how they look older than they actually are compared to millennials.
Oh, and here's the other thing. I haven't talked about this yet, but there's this new trend going around saying it all started at once and now everyone is doing it. Tons of millennials are saying Gen Z is aging so badly. Gen Z looks so bad for their age, yada yada yada. And one person said it, and it just became like this big snowballing trend. And I don't know about you. I think Adam and I look pretty good for Gen Z. We don't like most people we know are not aging badly at all.
No. I haven't heard that before. That
A boy-
Gen Z is aging badly.
A boy mom is a mom who has a lot of boys and loves having boys, having little boy children.
Boy children. Okay.
I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, so now millennials have this chip on their shoulder because they think that they're aging better than Gen Z. And sweetie, I'm sorry to tell you, you look your age. Most people look their fucking age. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with looking your age. You do not have to be like, oh, we look so much better than Gen Z. We look so much younger.
Yeah, they
than
turned
they
it into
actually
like a
are.
competition. That's so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. I wonder if I could find the videos.
Compared to millennials, and I'm just a little curious how old you think I look. And don't say anything ridiculous like 50 because I know I don't look 50, so let me know.
She does look good though. I'm pretty sure she's in her 40s maybe, but she looks like she's in her 30s to me.
It's funny to me that it feels like, I mean, I know this isn't just a girl thing, but I feel like women are always looking for like feedback on their appearance from other people. Like they want to know what
Mhm.
people think they look like, or like what they can like improve and stuff. It's kind of like the looks
Well,
maxing
yeah,
trend a
yeah.
little bit.
Well, that's the thing is men have this looks maxing stuff, and women have been looks maxing since the beginning of time. Like that's what's funny. And this another thing that women have that men don't, because men age better than women, is this obsession with youth and not looking their age, looking younger than they are, that kind of stuff. Which is can be kind of weird sometimes.
Just came up to me and asked if I could buy them cigarettes, and I lied and I said, no, I'm not 18 yet. And he goes, "Pfft, yeah, right.
How old do I look, guys? How old do I look? Okay, there's her. She asked how old she looks.
Told me that they thought I was 36 years old.
Okay, but that's unfortunate. That's really...
Wait, how old is this person
I'm not.
actually?
Just to be clear, I'm not even...
Do you use retinol?
Not close.
Oh, no.
Close-ish. I'm not 36. Do I look 36?
She's younger than 36.
I mean, I definitely have gray hair, but like...
Oh, is she?
Like, if I take my glasses off and you, like, really look at my face...
I'm 46. I would have thought we were
36
around the
years old?
same age. Oh, shit, dude.
I guess I could. I don't know. I've seen 36-year-olds that look younger than me,
She
but...
just, I feel like she,
I don't feel like I...
I don't know. What do you think she needs to do to like improve or whatever?
She needs to buy frownies and put them on her smile lines. And I need to do that. They're basically, you can use tape.
It's the tape thing.
Yeah. So you tape right here and you sleep in it. And then cuz in your sleep you do all these micro movements with your face where you go like that.
Yeah. I see you do that sometimes.
Really?
It's really funny. You'll like your face will like twitch a little bit. How about these internet virtue signalers get into a relationship and get a life? Like Erica said, you guys look pretty good for your age without the drastic makeup. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a style. I don't even think so. I think she dresses like pretty like neutral. She looks like this hoodie is like not particularly grandma-ish. I wear grandma clothes more than her, I feel like.
It's just, I think it's like the shape of the face and everything.
Mhm.
You know, she almost has like a male cop look to her, doesn't she? Imagine a cop pulls you over
She
and he
looks-
walks up to your car.
I wonder if Brandon would agree. She looks like Irish or British to me. She or like Scottish maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, she needs to like frame her face better or something because her face is like, I don't know.
I think the frownies are the best thing she could do for herself.
Mhm.
And then
I think the glasses aren't really doing her
she's
any
not
favors
she can't
either.
she can't well the glasses I've seen tons of young people wear those. That's
Yeah,
what's
but
kind of
it's like
sad.
for her face shape specifically, don't you think like maybe if she had something that kind of changed the shape of her face so it didn't look like she was like as like she didn't have as big of a head or something, do you think that would help?
I mean, I feel like oversized makes your head look smaller.
Yeah, but she's wearing like clear frames. Do you think like having like black glasses or brown glasses would break up her?
Maybe.
Because she's like very like pale too. Like everything on her face is very light colored too.
Mhm.
So maybe if she had like some color.
Well, beyond that, she just looks tired. She looks
Yeah, she does look
she
tired.
needs like some good sleep, I think.
Well, I don't feel like I give off 36-year-old vibes.
Is this what eating too much fast food does to you?
This is what the Red 40 does.
Yeah, this is Red 40. 1 year later. I ate nothing but Red 40
This
for
is
1
me.
year.
This is me. 3 months on Red 40.
Seed oil before and after.
Okay. Next, let's talk about. Okay. Not news. This is not news. But I just. It's funny because we were just talking about feminism, and now I'm doing a sort of anti-feminist stance after this.
Finally, Erica's gonna be base now, guys. Erica's come around.
Well, like the how old do I look thing. Don't ask people how old you look. Keep it to yourself. You do
Wait.
not need to know.
Don't ask people how old you look. Like, don't ask on social media.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't ask people. You don't need the validation, okay?
No.
Just live your life. Accept yourself the way you are and stop obsessing over this like dumb shit that doesn't matter and is out of your control.
I would say that about a lot of like people always are looking for like I said, like feedback about how they look, and they're like worried that like, oh God, what if I'm like not like as attractive as I think?
Yeah.
And that's why they're looking for like this validation from strangers all the time. You see it on the roast me subreddit, like those subreddits where you post a selfie and people have to roast you.
I can imagine some people on the r/roastme subreddit getting on and posting their picture, and then they get mean comments and they cry about it.
Yeah.
I could totally
Yeah,
see
and it's
that.
like you were trying to get roasted.
So here's my other sort of anti-woman take.
Based.
Let's just watch this video. It's
My wife likes to
okay. Oops, too loud.
ruin her own day, and I'll give you an example of why.
You ruined it!
This morning, we went to breakfast at a huge brunch spot. We were eating, we were having fun, laughing, going back and forth. And then we walk out. And of course, my wife, being the wife that she is, has to ask me a hypothetical question once a day. And so she goes, Henny, I saw a comedian on TikTok talk about, oh, if you could be an animal, what would you be? And she said, if I was an animal, I'd be a lioness.
Yeah.
Because lionesses are strong women.
Independent.
They run with their girls. You can do things for themselves, and they don't need no man.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, okay, cool.
Crazy thing to say to your husband. Also, I don't know. I wouldn't say I don't need you. I'm independent, and I don't need no man. It's sort of like an insecure thing to say, right?
That she probably just, I don't know.
Just live it. Live that truth. You don't have to say that you don't need no man and you're independent.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Riley. I feel like, yeah, like your family members and like people that you are close with are going to always give you like the best advice because they know you personally.
Exactly.
It's like internet strangers might suggest to you like something that you would never do, and it might make you like uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
for example, they find a pair of glasses that happens to look really good on you, but you put those on and it changes your whole like vibe, and like
Mhm.
your friends and family would never have recommended that at all. Like, you know what I mean?
You're not being pushy
You're
at
not being
all.
pushy
You're
at all.
good.
We're chilling.
But yeah, yeah, it's ridiculous to be asking random strangers for
Yeah.
your opinions. And I would personally never do that because I have very strong opinions about my aesthetics on my own. I do not need someone to tell me like what to do with them personally. Anyway, let's keep going.
It's funny how I don't know. It's
Great,
just
honey.
funny
And she
how
goes,
when people
"So
do
what-"
that, and then they ask for feedback, and then they like get upset at the feedback that they get. It's like, well, I just wanted you guys to tell me like I was perfect.
Hey guys, that was so funny that you guys said I looked like I was 50. But it was just
But
because I
just so
wasn't
you know,
wearing makeup.
I
But
mean, I normally don't.
I normally don't. Guys, that was so funny. I totally get it. Anyway, let's watch this video.
honey, and she goes, "So what would you be, honey?" And knowing her and what type of answer that she would want, I asked, "Oh, like, is there a wrong answer?" She goes, "No, there's no wrong answer. Just answer truthfully." And I was like, "Okay, in that case, since I'm a 5'8" short king, I want to be a giraffe because giraffes, they're like this tall. They can look down at you. Like that's awesome, right? I've never.
want to be a giraffe?
Honey, I can see predators from far away. Like, I have a very strong kick. I'm very practical about these things. And then she goes,
Why would you not be a lion?
"Why would you not be a lion?"
I said lioness, you don't want to be my lion? You don't want to date in the animal world?
What are you talking about?
I would take my girl lions and eat your giraffe.
Is she like playing it
Yeah,
up a
I
little
think
bit?
I think this video is definitely played up for sure, but this is a really real thing that I do not understand at all. And no shade to any women out there, okay? I love you guys. But what is this? What are these mind games that we do? Oh, would you still love me if I was a worm? And then he's like, "Well, no, I don't think I could." And you're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you said that." It's like, would you love him if he was a worm? I refuse to believe. Guys are very literal. Guys are very literal and they're very practical. So
We don't think through questions
Yeah.
that deeply either.
yeah. And it's just I can't stand the mind games either. And some guys do it too. Some guys definitely do it. And I could not
Negging.
imagine not even just negging, but like literally girl type shit where they're like they're mad at you and they're pouting at you, but they won't say anything and they're just like
Yeah,
and they're
that's-
sitting in the
that's-
car.
That's cringe.
That is horrible. Adam and I are very like direct with each other most of the time.
Mhm.
So it's just not something that I've really ever encountered very much, and it's like why do you put yourself through these things?
Well,
And
I see people on social media who are like who do that, and I'm like, how are you not like, like how do you do this on a day-to-day basis, or how do you put up with this? Like,
Yeah.
I would get so annoyed. I would like leave a person instantly if they did that shit all the time.
Yeah, why do you ask these questions if you know you're gonna get butthurt about them?
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Would you love me if I was a worm? There's a million that go around on TikTok, and beyond just questions, like the orange peel theory that was going around on TikTok a while ago. I don't know if I talked about this on there, but it's basically like this theory where it's like, oh, like ask him to do a simple task for you, like peel an orange or tie your shoelaces and see if he does it or if he refuses, and it's like that'll tell you a lot about
Oh
him or
my
whatever.
God, yeah.
And not only are you like exploiting these like personal moments, like filming them and uploading them on TikTok, but like why you're just bound to get hurt by this.
Would you love me if I was the Chargers?
I like games, but not difficult ones unless I know the challenge. Please, any ladies, do not be challenging because I'm confused enough about my day. True. I mean, And that's the thing. Like a lot of guys are just very simple, direct people, and what the fuck is he supposed to do with you as a worm? Seriously, what the fuck is he supposed to do with you as a worm? I hate that question so much. What is he supposed to do with the worm? Keep it in a little cage? Does he move on? Does he get a new girlfriend? Or is he married to this worm now and he has to take a vow of celibacy forever? It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just pointless, like hypothetical questions. Would you would you love me if I was racist? That would be a good one.
Oh, but also as far as the orange peel theory, girls, I think you know whether your man would peel an orange for you or not. You know in your hearts. You do not need to do that test. You
Dude,
already know.
The shit that people fucking put up with in relationships is so crazy to me. Like that they're just like will have like a girlfriend or a boyfriend that will like play games with them like that all the time, and
Mhm.
they just go along with it and they don't like call it out or anything. It's like I don't know. That's just insane
Yeah.
to me. I feel like I wouldn't be able to put up with that
And
at all.
constantly testing your partner, constantly giving them little tests and seeing if they say the right answer and read your mind and do the right thing.
Yeah, shit test.
Very annoying. But yeah. Like you already know. You already know if your girlfriend or boyfriend would peel an orange for you.
Let's see what Ricada looks like. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Should we pull that up?
Do you guys know Nick Ricada? Nick Ricada's
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah. He's a law YouTuber, or he started as a law YouTuber.
I was
There. He has been going on like a downward spiral of alcoholism and just basically like
to the 14th Amendment.
He looks so
If
bad
you go
right now.
back in time, like Huey Lewis in the news, you'll find out that the original statutes
He's aged
around
like
this that happened
10
in the
years
late
in
1860s
2
were
years.
He's starting to
Congress
look like
making
Daniel
statutes
Larson.
about who does and doesn't
Oh my
qualify.
god.
Like the sun
to run
Is he
for
doing
office.
more than just
And they're
here?
open and
Let's
notorious,
pull
and
up an
they're
old
based
video
on
of
their
him also.
participation.
Yeah. Go to his popular.
Okay.
Just any
3
of
years ago?
these- Any of these, like the Johnny Depp trial.
That
would be
was
good.
1 year ago though. Let's do 3 years ago.
Georgia attorney
Look at
and
he has so much more
enigmatic
like
and enthusiastic
padding in his
Trump
face
supporter
and
Lynn
liveliness.
Wood
Yeah.
has made something
And he's like at that age where he sort of should be like kind of stagnant for a while before he starts
identify
like
those
aging
people,
super
and yet
bad.
Congress
But
still
he is just
did.
so far gone.
And
That
then
was
they
3
pardoned
years
them,
ago,
or not
guys.
really pardoned, but they allowed
Let's
them to
even
hold
pull up
office
something from 1 year ago.
as they got elected.
Like if we look at the he's been an alcoholic for a while, but he's started sort of spiraling lately. It's kind of sad to see.
In this cover letter,
Even 1 year ago, like he looks way different.
Wow, look at that.
See, he's just completely different. Which it's like
I
very
think
sad
all
to
except
see,
one-
but also he basically like kind of tanked his reputation because he's like a bit of like a degen. Like he basically posted that he was at a hotel with his wife, and then people found out from like the wallpaper that it was a swinger hotel. But he denies being a swinger all the time, but he keeps giving like these little clues as to the fact that he's a swinger.
Yeah, he's obviously a swinger.
And like he's always talking about like, oh, like it's so bad to be cucked and like all this shit. Like he's like one of those, you know.
Yeah, well, and he used to be like a trad guy.
Yeah, he was like that's the word. He's like a trad husband.
He had like
guy.
6 kids. Yeah.
And like nowadays he can't even string a sentence together, and he doesn't do like
Yeah.
proper legal analysis or anything. He just I don't even know what he talks about on his stream.
Sorry. I hate how on oh, stop. Okay, spoilers. Jesus. Sorry. Keep going.
Oh no, that was it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now we got this new trend, this psychotic new trend. And I know a lot of these are probably fake and stuff like that, but bro, this guy should just own it and make him feel better about himself. True. Very true.
Yeah, the thing is, he's so headstrong about it. He's like completely in denial, and he doesn't like whenever people like say that he's an alcoholic, he like gets so like personally offended. He's like, no, I'm not. I just drink every day. I'm not an alcoholic.
No, guys, it's in moderation.
Yeah.
I know how to. I can stop whenever I want.
Well, it's like for the longest time, like he's been drinking every single night on his live stream, but it seems like it's just started to affect his life a lot recently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Psychotic trend alert, guys. A lot of these are faked. I know they are. But they're still really funny to me. And there's a song playing in the background and it says, "Are you into me like I'm into you?" Here's the girl and here's her somehow on his fucking like webcam, on her crush's webcam.
Oh my God.
And this one is probably fake, but this one I think is real. Look, from the window.
Oh my God.
Do you see this? At school. Oh, click. Let me take a sneak photo of you at school. That is like so weird.
Are these like these people's crushes too?
Yes, they're not like girlfriends or anything. Some things people can own, some things people cannot. The things people can own with positives is helpful, and for the ones who can't,
Some helpful guidance.
yeah.
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 Well,
I think
he won't even take like he's a pretty like headstrong person, so like if someone criticizes him, he takes it like really personally, and he feels like he has to challenge it instead of just thinking that they would be doing it from a good place or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the person you
This
were
is
talking about?
Fully Raw Kristina, guys. Does anyone remember Fully Raw Kristina? There was a lot of brain rot going on around 2016 around veganism, and particularly raw veganism and fruitarianism.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing? Oh, nothing. Anyway, so these clips have been resurfacing. They're really old clips, but they've been resurfacing, and I just wanted to talk about them because I thought they were so funny.
The thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our donut peaches and our nectarines and we're going to cut them in half. And after you cut them in half and twist off the top, you're simply going to core out the seed in the middle. This gives you the top and the bottom of your donut. And now for your jelly filling, what
And
we're going to
she's
do...
a raw vegan, which means she doesn't cook any food, which means she's probably going to fucking die. You can't survive on uncooked vegetables your whole life. I'm sorry. You need the protein from the beans and stuff like that. Anyway.
We're going to take the jelly from one of your figs, we're going to scrape
That's not
it out,
jelly.
and then we're going to put it in the middle of the donut.
That's a fig. That's
For
not
those of you who
fucking
haven't
jelly.
had figs or candy stripe figs, I've always said that this jelly in the middle tastes like raspberry jam. So once you've
I bet it
finished
doesn't.
adding in your jelly filling, you're going to take the other half of your donut and you're simply going to kind of mush it together to make your jelly donut, just like this. And you kind of want it to smush out the sides a little bit, right? Oh yeah. And next up are coconut cream icing. All you really need to do is blend up your coconut, just a tad bit of your coconut water, your
No.
cashews if you want to add those too,
No.
your dates, and your pinch of
That's
vanilla
not-
bean. Blend it up,
that's
and your
not
coconut cream is
icing.
ready to go. If you like whipped frosting, you're gonna love this.
Also, no sugar.
This is
There's
like
no sugar in
icing
that.
on the cake.
This is psychotic.
So now we're gonna add our icing on top with a spatula.
Oh my
Keep in mind that donuts are messy and they never look right, so don't feel bad if they don't
You
look
should watch some of that fruitarian.
So when you're
guy's
ready, our
videos.
final touch
Yeah,
is to
yeah,
add
yeah, yeah.
our sprinkles.
I wanna
So what
show
I'm gonna
you
do is
one
I'm
of
gonna
her
use my
clips
4
after
colors.
this, too. It's
I'm gonna go ahead and
so
sprinkle on my
awesome.
yellow, sprinkle on some orange, sprinkle on some green, and if you want to sprinkle on the pink ones from the beet, you can do that too. Aren't these cute little jelly donuts? They're so precious. Are you ready for the final taste? Let's take a bite. Oh my god.
Oh my god, delicious.
These are gonna be mushy. And delicious. And ooey gooey. So just prepare yourself. If you guys love these little jelly donuts and if you're excited to give them a
This is
try, I
less
think you should give this.
appetizing than the Iceland food. Okay, that's an ice cold take.
That is ice cold. Also, this is not what they looked like. Like, she just spread it on top. She made it look so nice in this.
That Icelandic food looked like demonic to me. It was like evil.
Yeah. Dude, the sheep stomach was horrible. That was really bad.
The sheep head too.
Yeah. All right, dude, they love eating sheep. This is fettuccine alfredo, guys.
You're going to be making fully raw fettuccine alfredo. Now that all of our zucchini summer squashes are in season, this is one of my favorite epic dishes to create. It's so fun, so easy, so satisfying, and so creamy. I've taken this classic dish and put my fully raw twist.
What do we think she's using for fettuccine alfredo?
Let's see.
Let us see.
Is it like squash?
On it. This
You're
is
so
the latest and
close.
greatest,
You're
folks.
so
Are you
close.
hungry yet? Let's get started
No,
because
you're
you're gonna
almost
want
there.
a fork full of this.
Zucchini?
Take your zucchini and peel it. I only peel it so that it will get rid of the green skin so that it looks more like pasta. But the skin has nutrients too, so if you want to keep the skin on, then go ahead. It will only help you in the long run. Then you're gonna cut off a little piece of each end of the zucchini. Place it into the spiralizer and spin it on in. I am using the largest blade here to give me the largest size noodles that resemble fettuccine strips. When
That
ready,
does
go
not
ahead and place
resemble
these gorgeous babies
fettuccine.
into your serving dish and get ready to make the Alfredo sauce. The reason why I love this Alfredo sauce so much is that you don't have to wait for an hour for it to simmer
This
and set on the
bitch
stove.
has
It
to
takes
have
just a
like an
few
eating disorder.
Oh, obviously, it's all anyone who's like a raw vegan, a fruitarian, anything like that. They have an eating disorder. It's called orthorexia. The other funny thing is, oh fuck, I just lost it. Oh, the other funny thing is she says, "Oh, I love this Alfredo sauce because you don't have to wait for it to sit on the stove and heat up." It's like, yeah, bitch, we know you don't have to set it on the stove. You're a raw vegan. You're not cooking anything. Like, she acts like it's a plus. It's like, no, you're just not cooking any food. That's not good. Anyway, let's wait for Adam. This is funny.
Go ahead.
Oh, really? Okay. No, I'm actually gonna wait for you because I feel like this might make a good short. You guys want look what I can do, guys.
Wow. That's so impressive.
Oh, wait. It doesn't look as good from that. You guys like that? Okay.
Minutes to blend. How cool is that?
How cool is
For the
that?
Alfredo sauce, you will need to blend in your Vitamix approximately 1 large zucchini, peeled or not peeled, a half to a quarter cup of pine nuts, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, a sprig of fresh basil, and a sprig of fresh sage. Once you finish blending, mix the Alfredo
Wait,
sauce
what was the
into
base
your
of it?
noodles
It was like
and
It was just
basil
blended
and a
vegetables.
sprig of fresh sage.
obviously, but what was it? What was it?
Once you finish, minutes to blend.
Pine nuts
How
or
cool
something?
is that? For the Alfredo sauce, you will need to blend in your Vitamix approximately 1 large zucchini. peeled or not
More
peeled.
zucchini. It's zucchini sauce.
This is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. Okay, maybe Snowman is
A
right.
half to a quarter cup of pine nuts,
The
1
sheep head
tablespoon
would
of
be
lemon
better.
juice, a
Zucchini
sprig
with
of fresh
zucchini
basil,
sauce.
and a sprig of fresh sage. Once you finish blending, mix the Alfredo sauce into your noodles. And as a special added touch, if you're missing your Parmesan, simply grind up some cauliflower and sprinkle it on top for that
I
special
just
added
don't.
flavor.
Why
and
would you
touch.
even go through
Ladies
the
and gentlemen,
effort
I
of like
present
making something like this? If like you might as well just eat like a bunch of carrots and save the time if you don't want to eat.
I
cooked
mean,
food.
at least you can argue like with the sauce that would be a little bit better because it has pine nuts and like actual fat blended it. She doesn't eat any fat all day.
And my latest
or
and
any
greatest
protein.
fully raw vegan fettuccine alfredo. It is the perfect meal to share with anyone to introduce them to this healthy lifestyle.
Oh,
and it's
sure.
so delicious.
Yeah,
You
if
may
someone
just wanna
served
make it
this
for
to me,
yourself as
I
well.
would punch them
All right,
in
you
the
guys.
face.
Are you ready for the final taste? Let's give it a try. Can't wait.
Oh my god. The eye
That is
roll,
so
dude.
creamy.
Come on.
Dude, it's like Amberlynn.
So, do I have food in my face? Oh.
Amberlynn probably should unironically go on this diet.
All right, you guys, are you ready for
no,
the final
she
taste?
should not.
Part 2. Oh.
She will lose all her luster if she went on this diet.
All her luster.
All right, here's the last one we got for you guys. You can't have mashed potatoes in the raw vegan diet. This is a really sad thing. Any good vegan foods you can think of, they're all cooked vegan foods. So you can't have any of them in a raw vegan diet, including mashed potatoes. So here's her solution.
How to make fully raw mashed potatoes. Only this dish doesn't have potatoes in it. Is that crazy? No. It's pretty delicious. and
No,
you
it's
can
not
eat
crazy. What are you talking about? Look at the final result. Oh, come on.
Oh
doesn't have
god.
potatoes in it. Is that
This doesn't have mashed potatoes in it, guys. What the fuck are you talking about?
No,
Like,
it's
obviously
pretty
that's
delicious,
like
and you
rice
can eat
cauliflower or
as much
whatever.
of these mashed potatoes as you want.
I'm
guilt-free.
shocked that it
This
doesn't
fully
have
raw
mashed
dish
potatoes.
is low fat,
No
salt-free,
way.
oil-free, and even
It's
low in
low
sugar.
fat,
It's a
oil-free.
great dish to eat at night with your salad. It's filling, rich, savory, delectable, and
It's
so
not
easy to
filling.
make.
It's not
I think you wanna
filling.
buy
It's
this.
fat
Am I
free.
right?
Nothing's
For this
filling
dish,
about this.
you will need a food processor and a delicious-looking bowl in which to put your mashed potatoes. Note, you will not be eating the bowl. You will be eating the mashed potatoes. Just thought I would let you know. For this recipe,
That
go
was a
ahead
really
and add
good
into
one.
That was
the food
hilarious.
processor approximately 1 large head of cauliflower, and you can always add in more depending on how many people that you are making this dish for. You will need to chop up your
hate
cauliflower
rice
and
cauliflower.
pulse it until it becomes like a mashed potato consistency.
It's
Really?
not a
Then
mashed potato
add in
consistency.
2 green onions,
I feel like rice
a little bit of
cauliflower
fresh
is actually
sage,
kind of
the
good.
juice of half a lemon,
Dude,
and
I just
optional if you want
I
to,
just
you can add in some
associate it
garlic,
with
but I
like
also
the biggest like
recommend adding in some
diet
dried cumin,
coping ever.
sage,
You
thyme,
know what I
and
mean?
basil.
Yeah.
Mash all ingredients together until you
They're
have
honestly
mashed
appropriating the
potatoes.
food.
When ready,
This
go
is like
ahead and
cultural
plate this baby.
appropriation.
This, my friends, is what you call creative. It's so delicious,
This, my
it's
friends,
raw,
is
and
what
it's
you
full
call
of potatoes
creative.
that is actually good for you. Are you hungry yet? Come on, come smell this. Give it a little whiff. You don't know what.
I would rather not.
All right, you guys. If you want to do the mashed potato, I think you should give this video a thumbs.
Oh my god.
Okay, now this is the final thing that I wanted to talk about with Fully Raw Kristina, because we're going down memory lane with her and her crazy ass recipes. Eye color. First result.
Uh-oh. She wear
Hey, you guys, it's
colored contacts?
Just look. Wait, can I full screen
Yeah.
this?
People have been asking me to share my story on how my eyes changed color when I went fully raw. Before I went raw, many years ago, when I was hyperglycemic, I used to have eyes that were a very dark cafe brown color.
Okay.
And here I sit 8 years later, my eyes are almost a completely different color. They've actually changed to a hazel color with almost a honey lining around my
miracle.
iris, and they're actually starting to turn blue. I know this sounds very weird to many people, but it sparked my curiosity when I went raw to know that my eyes were changing color. Why would this be? So I actually went to an iridologist.
Why would it be, Kristina? That is so interesting that your eyes change color. I wonder how that happened.
So that she could perhaps tell me what was going on,
She went to
not just in my eye.
She went to some woo-woo doctor to tell her, "Oh, you're special."
I went to my
But
spiritual
also
doctor.
within my body.
Yeah, my
What I
my
ended up learning
shaman.
was this:
Yeah, I
is that
went
our
to my
eyes,
shaman.
the color of our eyes, you can actually not only see your soul through your eyes, but the
Oh,
clearness.
yeah, that's
You can see your soul, of course.
Isn't that a little bit racist?
Okay.
Isn't that a little bit racist? She's like,
Yeah, it is.
My
It
soul
is.
is better now because my eyes are blue.
It is racist. It's like the
the eye color chart.
no, eye color pyramid.
Oh, last time I looked this up, you gotta be careful.
What? Why? Oh, it's right there. It's right there. Click on it.
Okay.
Men destined to define eras, change history.
She was a sanitation worker before, and then she upgraded to being a diplomat.
Yeah, maybe an influential artist if
Yeah.
we're.
That's really funny.
And the clarity in your eyes actually reflects how clean your body is on the inside. This is very interesting.
Yeah, Adam and I eat Taco Bell and McDonald's, and we both have light eyes. So
Yeah.
surely.
But imagine we could be
Because
the
when you think
we could
about
be
all of the
the men
toxins that are in
destined
your
to
body
change
or all the things that
generations
you're
if we
consuming
ate
daily,
raw
you can
vegan.
actually see it.
That's so
You can see
true.
it in your body through your eyes. I grew up eating a very, very, very poor Latin American and Lebanese diet, and I ate a lot of fat. I was very constipated my whole life, and going to the
She was
restroom
very
one time a week was
constipated.
normal. I know that sounds very
What the
gross for me
hell?
to have to talk about that here,
Probably
but it
because she
has a
doesn't
lot
eat
to do
anything.
with why my eyes change color.
Well, she's saying that.
The
Look,
iridologist explained to me that our colons are literally
there's no way her eating this raw vegan diet is helping her poop more, because that's way too much fiber.
Hazel, is that like this right here? Middle management, soldiers, craftsmen.
31 and a half feet long. And health begins
Wait,
in the
what
colon.
is 31 and a half feet
When we
long?
have very clogged
Oh, the
colons,
colon.
that our colons are literally 31 and a half feet long. And health begins in the colon. When we have very clogged colons, when we have a lot of toxicity in our body, when we are constipated, when things are not moving through our system, we become stuffed up, so to say, right? Toxins build up in the colon if we're not
The
eliminating.
toxins, the
Then we
toxins
see
in the
literally
colon.
all of that toxicity, all of that
She
gunk
eats
through
like a
our
pizza
eyes.
and she's like, oh my god,
When I
there's so many
began eating
toxins
raw,
in me.
I
Oh
started
god.
going to the
I'm
restroom
so
where they just
impure. I'm
naturally
so
eating
dirty.
more fibers. All of that gets
These
flushed
people,
out through
I'm
your
serious. It's an eating disorder. These people actually think that. They actually believe it's dirty. Anyway, that's all. That's what I wanted to talk about as far as that. Are you down to keep going, or are you
Yeah,
getting
for
tired?
probably 20 more minutes.
She does have crazy eyes, and I feel like the lighter eyes have actually made her look crazier.
Is there a video that we can watch about her? Is there like a funny YouTube video about her?
Probably. We could do that next time. I want to keep going through
Okay,
Erica's
yeah.
corner. Speaking of vegans, we have a very interesting vegan drama.
Vegan Donut Gate 2024. This story is so wild, it brought me out of TikTok retirement. My name is Natalie. I'm a vegan cookbook author and blogger, and strap in because this happened. So over the weekend, this vegan store on the East Coast called Cindy Snacks, who, by the way, seem like super nice and decent people, so please do not be mean to them.
Okay, now it's really quiet. Why does
But
she
over the weekend, they posted this post that you can
It's
see
'cause she
here,
doesn't have any
in which they say that they had
This
been
mic is
buying
fucking cancer.
vegan and gluten-free donuts from a place called Savory Fig, and that in their most recent delivery, they discovered this donut. Now, aside from the fact that this donut looks like straight trash, like I would not buy this donut anywhere, it's pretty obviously a Dunkin' Donut. Like, look at the sprinkles. So they give Savory Fig the benefit of the doubt. Go to Cindy Snacks.
They have the DD Dunkin' Donuts sprinkles
Wait, is
on
that
here.
a thing? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have them on Dunkin' Donuts donuts, and they're selling this as vegan and gluten-free to a vegan restaurant.
Oh my god.
Instagram, and you can like swipe through all the receipts, but they DM Savory Fig and they're like, hey, no offense, but this donut seems like maybe it's a Dunkin' Donut. Are you selling us Dunkin' Donuts and saying that they're vegan and gluten-free? So at first the person from Savory Fig is like, no, of course not. I would never do that. Like, these are sprinkles that I bought, blah, blah, blah. And so the people from Cindy Snacks are like, okay, would you mind sending us a photo of the jar of sprinkles just to like set our minds at ease? Because, you know, obviously, like with allergies and celiac and all these things, like if we're selling vegan gluten-free donuts that are straight up Dunkin' Donuts, that's a problem. They were so nice. They were way nicer than they needed to be. So this lady gives them like a bunch of runaround, and then she ends up sending them a screen grab of just a random jar of like alphabet sprinkles from Amazon or something. And they were like, yeah, those are not the same sprinkles. They even went so far as to order the sprinkles that she said she used just to compare. And they're like a wildly different size. Not to mention that they aren't all pink and orange D's like Dunkin' Donuts.
It's like
so
it's like the punk vegans. It's like, oh, I'm edgy, but I'm also vegan.
Their next step was to take a sample of the donut and do a gluten test. And surprise, it came back positive for gluten because it's a Dunkin' Donut.
That's really funny.
I was shook to my core. When I read this post, I sent it to every baker I know. I'm a former professional vegan baker. I've never dabbled in gluten-free, but I know how serious it is when you say something's vegan.
Yeah, isn't that like a potential lawsuit?
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, these look like Dunkin' Donuts
that
also.
had been posted in the past from this place, and these are so clearly a Dunkin' Donut. It's really mind-blowing that this lady thought she would get away with this, especially like
Riley,
on
I
the
don't
East
know if you
Coast,
should
where
be
I feel like
speaking on those subcultures. I don't think you know very much about them, to be honest. They're punk and emo are different, but
people are way more familiar with Dunkin' Donuts than even we are in the Midwest. But the real kicker was when I saw the Valentine's donuts that Savory Fig supposedly made. Please take a close look at these donuts. And here is a post about Dunkin' Donuts Valentine's donuts from this year.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so yeah, and beyond, this is funny, and I feel like these people were trying to be like, oh, let's get those dumb vegans. I'm edgy, you're not edgy. You just don't care, bro. People who don't care are true edgy. Oh, I'm not going after you at all. Don't worry about it, man. I was just saying I think you should learn a little bit more about it before you comment on it, maybe. Anyway, so beyond just it being kind of funny and like it seemed like they just wanted to stick it to some dumb vegans, this was a seriously dangerous, horrible thing to do. And they could have gotten not only in like lawsuit trouble, but I'm pretty sure they could have gone to jail for this if someone got hurt because
Well, like some people might not buy vegan stuff just out of choice, out of being vegan. Like
Mhm.
they might be buying buying vegan stuff because they're allergic to dairy, and it's just easier to
Yeah.
buy a vegan donut.
well, and that's the thing, like someone can be deathly someone can be deathly allergic to dairy. And that could have killed them. Someone could have celiac disease. And you
Yeah.
guys don't know, some of you guys might not know how serious celiac disease is. You can't even eat out of a bowl that once had flour in it in extreme cases of celiac disease.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on the case.
Yeah.
For sure.
But it's a real scary thing, and to do this to someone is just fucked up. It's wrong, but kind of funny. Just funny because it's like so crazy ridiculous that someone did that. Are you done for the night, or do you want to keep going?
I'm pretty much done, I guess.
Okay.
We could do one more something. If you could do one of these.
Anything that look interesting?
I don't know. Which one do you think is the best?
We also have some that I didn't go over up here.
We watched. Oh, what's the Amazing Digital Circus one?
Oh, okay.
Is it just the trailer that
It's
we
just
already
the
saw?
trailer.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But you guys should go watch the trailer. It's really funny.
Dude, that show is unironically like
It's-
really good, despite how annoying like the online like the community is around it or whatever. Like the fans are really annoying, but the show itself is so fucking
The
good.
fan base is so obnoxious, but the show is amazing. And the new trailer that they have for the full season, first of all, it's coming out in May, which is really exciting to me. And you guys should support them if you want. And but their trailer was really funny and self-aware. Okay. Have fun, Riley.
See ya. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
I saw the show recently. It was pretty decent. I didn't like Pomni's voice, but I love the animation. Yeah, the like I don't know, just like the style of it and like the
I would think you would
the
like
setting and everything is so cool.
Snowman. I would think you would like Pomni's voice because it's like an anime voice actress. She's really like well known in the
Oh,
anime
that's
community.
racist. That's racist, Erica.
Hey, what?
That's racist.
I think she's done hentai before, which is pretty funny.
Wait,
Like,
really?
yeah, I think she dubbed the English version of hentai. I could be wrong
Now
about
she
that.
can do the official the Amazing Digital Circus hentai when they drop that.
And the amazing, oh my god. Anyway, the new trailer is really funny, and they're super self-aware about the fact that their fans are crazy degenerates, and they have like all these references to like the disgusting fan art and stuff. It's really funny.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
And the song at the end of the first episode is so good. Anyway, I think that's it for tonight. I think we're just gonna go.
All right. Thanks for coming by the stream, guys. We will
Yeah,
see you
bye, guys.
in the next couple days. We'll do another one.